with fast, effective pain relief. That's Tylenol. That's care without limits.
Have you had your Hershey's?
How does Freshpet make healthy food for dogs? The same way you make healthy food for people. Start here.
On farms like mine.
Plant the seeds, tend to the soil, feed the animals. Harvest fresh.
Ship it fresh.
And craft it into recipes that are vet-developed and protein-packed. Then when people tell you,
we can't put dog food in our fridges,
you build your own. Because your dog deserves fresh, healthy food just like you. Freshpet. Healthy food fresh from the fridge.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I unlatched Bevo's gate while taking a selfie.
You won't know? Come back!
Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking Bevo's gate, though, not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Hook 'em.
Don't hurt him, Kev. All dripped up. Got the new iPhone 17 Pro, and Verizon picked up the tab on the best 5G network, baby.
No way.
It's me. Handsome and hilarious. No way. No way. I know. I'm even finer in person.
No way.
Wait, it was about the iPhone? Come on.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best 5G network.
That's real nice.
Welcome back, Ohio, with the 35-20 victory over Bowling Green. At this time, I believe we are joined by Ohio head coach Brian Smith. Coach, how are you doing?
Doing great. Yeah.
Congratulations on the win. I want to know what the adjustment was for the second half, because you completely bottled up their ability to run the football and dominated the line of scrimmage in the second half.
Yeah, I think our guys were just playing harder, and they were tackling a lot better than in the first half. So when our defense is playing with great energy and they're excited to be out there, they play really, really well.
Coach, congratulations. Your tight end, Mason Williams, had 8 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown today. Yeah. What made him so effective?
Well, that's part of their trying to take away Chase, so he was getting some double teams, which allowed for some opportunities for Mason. And it just shows how well-rounded we are as a team. You know, we have a great quarterback that can run, use his feet. I think we have really good tight ends. I think we have really good receivers and running backs. So there's a lot of areas that we can go when something's not quite working.
I was just going to ask you, how would you evaluate Navarro in the pocket? We had that conversation of when he should run, when he should stay in there and scan things. How did you feel he did?
I think he played great. You know, the turnovers were very unfortunate. You know, those are, some of it were just mental decision things with him. There was one that was a hot look and empty that he's got to get the protection set correctly, or he's got to be able to throw hot. The other one was an RPO where he's got to continue working through his progression or get the ball down and use his feet. So just learning moments for him, opportunities to grow, but we gotta eliminate those turnovers. Those can hurt us.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you so much again. Congratulations on your first MAC win as head coach of Ohio.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Of course, Brian Smith joining us.
Perfectionists, seeking those who aren't done making medicine until every dose just right. For everyone who needs it.
Built for the guy who has everything and needs to tow it. The Tow and Stow is equipped with multiple ball sizes and adjusts in 1-inch increments to the height of your trailer for level towing. Best of all, it stows when you aren't using it, away from your shins and garage door. Machined from American steel with a 2-stage finish, the Tow and Stow is the last hitch you'll ever need.
Daisy is creamy, pure natural cottage cheese. Only Daisy cottage cheese will do.
Lowe's knows tackling projects now means you can football Sunday.
Ready?
It's Saturday.
Dave's ready.
We flying, Dave.
Call!
Let's go.
Plenty of runtime, and it's even got turbo mode.
That's what they called me in college.
I bet they did.
Smiling through the rain. During the final weekend of September in Annapolis, Maryland. Fans ready to go, and college football continues on CBS Sports Network. Rice and Navy look to continue their stellar starts. Welcome to the booth, Chris Cross. Chris Lewis, Randy Cross, Brandon Baylor. He's on the sideline. It's kind of like looking into a mirror. Well, not with us. I mean, you can still see the similarities a little bit. I'm talking about these programs. High academic, high character kids, both of these programs. Both off to great starts. And both do it with the rushing attack with option principles.
Yeah, at this point, the Rice Owls are kind of the other academy when you look at the rankings and time of possessions, rushing yards, things like that. Rice is right there. They're very accurate when they do throw it. Navy, on the other hand, leading the country in rushing, have a little bit more of an aggressive style defense, though Rice is very aggressive too. But this is very much so looking in a mirror.
Yeah, running the football will be fun to pay attention to it with both these teams. Now, their rushing attacks are anchored by their quarterbacks. You have Chase Jenkins, who's the 17th Rice starting quarterback since 2017, which is crazy. Now, Blake Horvath, he knows a little bit about last year when these teams met, and it's not great memories for the Navy quarterback. Last year, these two teams met in a rainy mess in Houston. They saw weather delays, delayed for a total of 5 hours and 6 minutes. Now, Rice jumped out to a 17-0 lead. Their defense held Navy to just 260 yards of total offense. Yeah, it was a great performance for Rice, but you can see just the adversity that both these teams scheduled kickoff for. It didn't start till 6:30, didn't end until after midnight. It was wild. Brian Newberry remembers, of course. Brandon Baylor has a report on, hey, what the focus has been on getting revenge.
Yeah, Chris, you and Randy hit the nail on the head in terms of this last performance against this team. When it comes to the players, they had this one circled on their schedule. We spoke to Newberry earlier this week on Thursday. He said, hey, look, I did not have them prepared for this game. Obviously, some missed opportunities in which they came up short. Plans to correct that today. But this time around, there's a different mindset among this group, a bit of a chip on their shoulder. And Chris and Randy, we have spoken to Coach multiple times this year. Each week it's a faceless opponent. Feels like that theory is changing this week.
Indeed, it's almost like they're not only trying to get revenge on Rice, but on the weather as well. Now, of course, Scott Abel was not there last year with Rice. This is his first year. Came over from Davidson, where he's the winningest coach in their school history. And he's brought over this shotgun style of option offense that's gotten Rice off to this fantastic start. And yes, rain will be a factor throughout this game, which, Randy, it means you got to take care of the ball.
Oh, yeah, that is, we're going to emphasize that a lot. There's only one thing slicker than a really wet ball, and that's a semi-wet ball. And the balls to start out will be semi-wet here as Navy gets the kick.
Let's see what's at stake in this game. Rice, 4-1 start potentially for the first time since 2001. And for Navy, be 4-0 back-to-back seasons. We're talking 1979, the last time they did it. Rice won the toss. They choose to defer. So Navy to get the football first. Final thought before this Week 5 matchup between Rice and Navy.
I can't wait to see the adjustments on the adjustments. That both these staffs very familiar with the option, and it'll be fun to watch how they adapt to each other's O.
Inagoda kicks it through the end zone. No chance at a return for Isaiah Bryant. It's time to get into our keys to the game, Randy. They're brought to you by Freshpet.
Yeah, for Rice, run the ball, and they do really well with screens. Attack the ball, and I mean literally attack that football.
The offensive styles from these two, both option, but they do it in different ways. You see the versatility. Shotgun. Horvath to the left side. Has a crease, accelerates to the 41. All coming up for Navy. We highlighted Brian Newberry's team, the best rushing attack in college football through September. 375 a game on the ground.
That'll be a tough pace to keep up. It can be done.
Would be the highest rushing average in Navy program history. Their record is 360, so you mentioned it can be done. Over 350. Third down, 13 to go on the 8th play of the opening drive. Horvath lasers right in stride for the first down, Heidenreich. The in-cutting route for the snipe for Navy.
Now there's the play. You haven't seen that often out of this Navy offense the last few years, and that's a quick strike over the middle to a receiver crossing.
Witt with the tempo. Teska plows ahead for a couple. Michael Daly, who's one of the captains of this Rice defense, makes the tackle.
And it looks like if Navy has their druthers, they'd like to play this Rice team with a little bit of pace, keep this defense on the field, prevent substitutions, and maybe see if you can get those guys inside, the big guys, Danish and company, maybe get them a little winded.
We heard it a bunch, especially from Brian Newberry's team, how this will feel like an academy game, especially with the lack of possessions, where you have to take advantage every time you have the football. On second, another sweep, inside the 10, tiptoes towards the 5. And another first down for Navy on this extended opening drive.
And when you get in the red zone like this, you have to score touchdowns. This is one of those games. The difference will be the teams that settle for field goals. Both teams are going to move the ball. Both teams are going to run the ball. And Brian Newberry knows that his offense scores touchdowns in the red zone as good as anybody in the country.
See it right there, that touchdown percentage. Not just getting 3, making sure you get all the way to the paint.
And last year they were even better at it. They led the country.
Another shotgun look, Heidenreich in motion, and that's who gets the carry. Stood up near the 5 and takes the pile a couple of more yards. Second and goal upcoming. Peyton Stevenson, his second tackle.
Drew Cronick, the offensive coordinator for Navy, is giving this Rice defense a lot of things to concentrate on. Really giving them some different looks as far as blocking patterns. They're giving a little speed. They're giving a little slow and delay.
We are going to see some creativity all game long with these rushing attacks. Teska's turn, and he is swallowed up. Tony Iyenwenyu closed that down in a hurry, and it's third and goal.
Yeah, defensive coordinator John Kay for Rice loves an aggressive defense. And that is a beautiful aggressive play. He started to try to block him, but man, he just squirmed right off of that on the inside and got in there.
It was right up in there and saw that big white jersey. Here's John Kay. Was promoted from linebackers coach to defensive coordinator when Scott Abel came on to take the job. Third down and goal. Horvath off right side. He's short. Stood up right around the 1. They get the 2. So, Randy, it's a decision for Navy, and you think Brian Newberry is going to keep that offense on.
Yeah, you go for it. You go for it. I was in San Diego last week for Cal and San Diego State. Cal opened up with like a 17-play drive, did this and got no points and never really was sided again. This shows confidence in your offense, and this is an offense that I don't think needs that much confidence. They're not surprised at this decision at all.
This is a 14-play drive. Fourth and goal. Power shift. And Chapman in motion. Chapman flips it back. Philly special style play. Instead it's a run that gets all the way in for the score. Horvath was in the pattern, didn't get the ball. Instead, it's a Navy rushing touchdown for Luke Hutchison.
You Philly guys think everything is Philly special. Nice play design, and just like you noted, it has the potential of Hutchison taking this ball. He's at the top of your screen. He's going to come around on the reverse, and that's the little thing off of it. He has the option of throwing the ball because nobody's downfield, but he sees all that room and just runs it in.
Yeah, why not? Hutchison with his speed. Navy in camp, they have the competition of the fastest player who has the Hot Wheels car, and Hutchinson was the winner of the Hot Wheels car because he has that track leg speed. Nathan Kirkwood kicks through the extra point, and Navy takes advantage on a long opening drive. A little flare on 4th down, and Hutchinson has the corner of the end zone for Navy to take the early lead.
Welcome to the 105th Annual American Legion Inter-Service Veterans Game. The viewers at home may find this disturbing, but American Legion veterans love a good fight.
Whether it's fighting for veteran rights on the Hill,
Fighting to make sure veterans in need get assistance.
And fighting to be the one that makes a difference in the lives of veterans in crisis.
Go Army!
Go Navy! Go Legion!
As an official sponsor of the NFL, Jersey Mike's wants you, Eli Manning, to be our new spokesperson.
I'm in. I love Jersey Mike's.
Hold on. Jersey Mike's new spokesperson? You're stealing my job.
I don't want to steal anything.
Lies. Eli's.
I just love these subs.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer. He's very prompt.
Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hey, that's my line. A sub above.
Behind every DIY
It's more help than you think.
Try this for a clean line.
Nice.
Sometimes help is delivered. And some things have just got to go.
Don't worry, these will go up quick.
I wonder if I can link two ropes together.
Perfect.
Because do it yourself
Doesn't have to mean
All by yourself.
What are you working on?
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a groundskeeper, a landscaper. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get more out of it.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by The Exchange. Veterans shop tax-free for life at your exchange. Visit shopmyexchange.com to learn more today. By USAA, serving the military community and their families. And by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Yeah, that wasn't just an Instagram filter you see these days. No, that was a 1958 Cotton Bowl. I love that program, and it's only 50 cents. Yeah, that was when these two teams met in 1958.
That
was on CBS.
That was 50 cents for a chance to buy a program.
Okay. Fair catch on 25-yard line. Let's go back to that Navy touchdown.
Watch these defenders. Everybody reacts to the ball, and they're all heading to their right. It's the perfect reaction. It's exactly what Drew Cronick wants. And he's got an open quarterback. You could have thrown it. Hutchinson could have had a touchdown pass, but why waste a throw when you can just take it in yourself?
Yeah, I think a touchdown run is cooler than a touchdown pass, especially when you have his kind of speed. Drew Cronick, creative offensive coordinator for Brian Newberry. Rice's first possession with the first quarter more than halfway done, and Quentin Jackson is surrounded and grounded. Griffin Willis, the first one there, the defensive tackle for Navy.
Very important for this Navy defense is getting penetration and operating in Rice's backfield, because this is a defense or an offense, just like your offense, they thrive on overreaction. They thrive on you reading something and vacating an area. Right there, they read everything right and they didn't vacate anything.
Similar offense, as you said, different styles in how they do it. This one is mostly shotgun based, with Jenkins the quarterback on the draw off the left side, and only gets a couple of big hits laid down by Giuseppe Sessi and Luke Beerus. So here's Chase Jenkins. Interesting story. He was a quarterback back in 2022, sort of the number 2 change of pace quarterback. Last year in the spring, he switched to receiver and played in only a couple of games, got injured. When Scott Abel came in, he said, hey, Chase, I want you back at the quarterback spot. I want you orchestrating my new offense.
He took that hit from Sessi there. He probably felt like he was back going over the middle as a receiver after that contact.
I banged up that year. 3rd down, 11 to go. Jenkins throws to the opposite side and incomplete. Tyson Thompson was the intended receiver. And after a Navy drive that took up more than half the quarter, Rice goes 3 and out.
Yeah, Coach Abel knows full well this is the kind of worst case scenario start against this style, his fellow style of football team, is they get a long drive, get a touchdown, you do a 3 and out, and you put your defense right back on the field.
Brandon Chapman's ready to return. Alex Paqueta is the Rice punter for his 15th attempt this year. Had 6 punts a week ago in the win against Charlotte. Chapman calls fair catch at the 25. Navy ready for possession number 2. 14 plays on drive 1. What do they have for an encore?
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking about our honeymoon. What about Africa, safari, swim with elephants, hot air balloon, lions growling in the giraffes that come in through your window?
Wait, can we afford a safari? Great question. Like everything, takes a little planning.
Or put the money towards a down payment?
With enough room for a baby?
Babies.
Baby.
Let's take a look at those scenarios.
JP Morgan Wealth Management has advisors in Chase branches and tools like Wealth Plan to help keep you on track. When you're planning for it all, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
What would you pay for an iPad Pro? I only paid $42 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auction since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. And this smart charcoal grill sold for $16. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20. Deals like these and many more happen in the thousands of daily auctions on DealDash.com. All auctions start at $0. And remember, everything must go.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee with your first purchase.
This brand new iPhone sold for less than $42. And this DJI drone sold for less than $21.
And I got it for $16 on Deal Dash.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
There are auctions going on right now. So what are you waiting for?
Finding a pair of jeans that looks good and feels comfortable is such a hassle. Most clothes use just 1 or 2 measurements. M-Tailor uses 7 or more measurements for the perfect fit. Our tech measures you 20% better than a tailor. We created the InvisiStretch waistband to preserve the classic jeans look while invisibly stretching for comfort. Get custom jeans for just $79 with free shipping and free returns. Download the M-Tailor app or visit mtailor.com.
Here's the all-time story about Ricky Dobbs. It's the 2010 Army-Navy game. Throws I think an 80-yard strike to John Howe, touchdown pass. Hits him on the dead run, go across his body, laid it right into the breadbasket.
Navy's greatest legend brought to you by The Exchange. Ricky Dobbs held the record for rushing touchdowns in a season by a quarterback when he had 27 back in 2009. 4 of those were against Rice.
Yep.
Now, Bryson Daly broke that record last year with 32 of his own for Army, which, again, is just jaw-dropping.
Yep. And he's currently serving his country, and that's why Army is 1-3. He was a generational style talent in that you don't get...
False start. Offense number 24. Call here a penalty. First down.
You don't get quarterbacks that have a middle linebacker's mentality and a lot of his physical talents that can play like that. I mean, Daly's was so aggressive as a quarterback, running the ball and just seeking contact.
Yeah, you'd be afraid to hit that guy. And, of course, you mentioned Army struggles this year. They beat Kansas State as their only win. And, of course, yesterday had the loss, or a couple days ago, had the loss to East Carolina. Alex Teska on 1st and 15, tunnels through the middle. And Marcus Williams puts a stop to it. Armed Forces football is proudly supported by The Exchange.
So you had that offside, then you get a nice first run. That puts you at 2nd and 7. So technically, you're back with the sticks again. Another 4-yard gain is going to put you at 3rd and 3, and that puts you right on schedule.
Already 10 minutes have evaporated from this first quarter. Navy's first drive, 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Their longest scoring drive this season. Horvath just slides right back at the 25. So you mentioned them with the on schedule. They were with 2nd and 7, but you lose a few on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and long.
Now, in the past, this is a down and distance that would really give Navy a difficult time. With their sort of renewed ability to hit passes, they're at least now a threat to go for 10, 12, 15 yards on a passing plays.
We saw them convert a 3rd and long on the first drive on a pass to Heidenreich.
Question here is, does Rice go for pressure? They're giving them a 4-man look up front, kind of a 4-3, like a nickel look.
One of the best pressure teams in college football to this point of the year. Horvath draw goes nowhere. Daly was around, and so was Blake Banish. Boy, the redshirt senior at 6'3", 341 pounds. It can run at that size as well.
Nice play by Banish inside. He sees what's happening. Look at him right there. And he does it all on the Navy side of the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's how this guy can play. At 6'3", 341, and he's been clocked at right around 19 miles an hour. If you don't know, that's a lot. That's fast.
Penalty flag out on the punt by Carlson. It gets a roll through about the 31. Banish has a little bit of that Jordan Davis speed to him. Big guy and can get those miles per hour up.
That's usually a bad formation or somebody lined up off sides. Bad formation is the winner in the clubhouse.
The flag out at the start of a play on a punt like that. Now Scott Abel has to decide how he wants this penalty to be enforced. Looking to be the first head coach at Rice to win 4 of his first 5 since 1940.
Illegal formation. Number 18 was not lined up in the line of scrimmage. Offense. A 5-yard penalty will be added to the dead ball spot. First down, Rice.
So you go from the 34 to the 39.
So again, it's
or
just
the 30 to 35, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just deciding how you want that to be enforced, whether it's a re-kick or apply it to the end of the punt. Abel trying to get some clarification on his team down a touchdown.
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. So get out there, take your swing, rev your engines and let freedom ring, and never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
During the Ram Drive into Fall event, get 10% below MSRP, plus $2,000 bonus cash on select 2025 Ram 1500 models in dealer inventory, or get 0% financing for 72 months.
Hey, can I? Thanks. Oh, listen, son, now that you're getting older, you might be curious about certain things.
Please don't do this.
You're eligible to be a member of Navy Federal Credit Union because I served in the Army. Our whole family can join and get exclusive savings and discounts.
Cool.
Very cool.
All veterans and their families can join. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
I'm stumped. Friendly insurance lizard, first letter G. Geppetto?
Come on, you just switched to Geico for car insurance? They knew exactly what you needed?
The friendly people at Geico weren't lizards.
Think European accent, yay big.
Napoleon?
No.
Not even a lizard.
Maybe I can help. No way, it's the Geico Gecko. This guy knows crosswords.
64 across is quibble.
Thank you.
Get more support.
Is that how you spell fracascia?
Get more with Geico.
All right. Same thing?
Yup. This is our year.
You know, if getting AT&T's best deal on the new iPhone 17 Pro without needing the most expensive plan taught me anything, it's that switching things up can be a good call. So how about we try something that's timeless?
Oh yeah, good call.
Ooh. Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us. Designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet. Most expensive plan not required.
Scott Abel and his Rice offense, they call it the gun choice. Now, it goes back to his time at Washington and Lee, where it's like, we can't recruit like the others in our competition, so we have to do something different. So whether it was at Washington and Lee, or at Davidson, or now here at Rice, just tough jobs with programs that hadn't had a lot of success in recent years. The option has worked in his prior stops.
They're about spreading the inside, and they're about eye candy. Motion and formation to get defenders going the wrong way. Navy showing blitz.
It's a give to Jackson against the blitz. And blasts the pile past the 40. Take a look at our key matchup on this side of the ball. It's that center, Nate Bledsoe, against Landon Robinson, who's coming off of another strong game against Tulsa.
Yeah, that's really a key to this game, is you've got to control the inside running game and then let everything spill from there.
Robinson, the All-American Conference first-team member. Gain of 3 on first. Drayden Dickman in motion. And once again, it's Jackson, and he is wrapped up and thrown back. Kenneth McShann wins the battle to the running back, the outside linebacker, senior from Birmingham.
Yeah, McShann comes from underneath the attempted block and evades the blocker and then comes right into the ball. See that helmet right with that ball? He puts his helmet right on the elbow and forearm that's holding that football. That's intentional. That's designed to get a ball loose.
This guy who is grateful anytime he's on the field. He had 2 ACL injuries in an 11-month span. Really doubted whether he could make it back to the field.
That'll do it.
On third, the quarterback keeps Jenkins, and he's nowhere close. Again, Navy's defense strong. Adam Clank involved in the tackle.
And the most important thing in this offense is much similar to what Navy tries to do. It's the processing and decision-making of your quarterback. Now, if you'd have pulled there and flipped to the outside, you had numbers on the outside, but he chose to take it inside.
And it goes to the name, Randy, gun choice, and it's up to Jenkins. He told us in our meeting, I have to be the point guard of this offense. Make the right decisions.
A little different formation on punt there.
McKenna swings that right leg. Chapman, fair catch. 20. $1:24 to go in the first. Each team a couple of possessions, 1 touchdown on the board, and a Luke Hutchison run for Navy.
Introducing the Acura ADX.
Take your vibes and go.
Hey Google, turn it up.
Take your vibes and go.
The all-new Acura ADX. Crafted to match your energy.
Take your vibes and go.
Visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on a new vehicle.
Hey, my treat today.
I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
Attention veterans. ShopMyExchange.com is your home for tax-free shopping with military-exclusive pricing, credit services, and free shipping options. Every time veterans shop their exchange, they make life better for all who wear the uniform. 100% of earnings support our nation's military community. Visit ShopMyExchange.com/vets to shop and save today.
Today, let's paint with Behr.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, what do you have?
It just says ain't.
I thought you said you researched this.
Aren't all paints the same?
No, they're not. Get the most trusted paint brand in America at an everyday low price, only at the Home Depot.
Okay, goal of this play is to get USAA membership. Why do we love USAA, team?
Because they still call Mom Sergeant. And they pay Dad's claims super fast after that scary thunder.
And they make it easy for Grandpa to have insurance and banking in one app.
That's right. USAA is so good. Gotta make this play work for me.
USAA membership. Always the smart play. Become a member today.
Wait, how's that gonna help us win a football game?
I don't know.
honor, tradition, brotherhood, history, legacy.
The unquestioned poised leader, the quarterback for Navy, as we get to the day in the life of a midshipman, brought to you by today's military. Horvath's schedule, and of course, put out to a T, busy. I enjoyed our conversation with him this week. He mentioned the new class that he's taking, his pickleball class with his partner Alex Teska, who's his running back.
He's a quarterback. He should be playing golf. Pickleball?
Will we ever see you on a pickleball court?
Not likely. Yeah.
I've tried. I've had a couple
with
lessons.
my knee history.
Fair.
Short-term motion.
Not too much movement. It's at least less than tennis. Teska, the pickleball teammate, rumbles past midfield, accelerates and stumbles. Boy, he would have had 6. He had his eyes on the paint. Gets stripped up by a yard line, but a huge gain for Teska. You don't run like that in pickleball.
Yeah, that's going inside on the left side. Really nice block coming around by Acevedo. He springs him loose inside by blocking the linebacker and walling him off. Once he walls him off, Teska's got a way to go the entire way. Look at the very last second. He just gets tripped up.
He did. The hand did hit the ankle after 65 yards for Teska. Coming off of a 2-touchdown game against Tulsa. Horvath spins. He has a crease. Dances to the outside and is driven down by Williams inside the 10.
Did you see that at the end there? It looked like he was thinking about pitching the ball.
Thought better of it.
Well, he thought better of it, but it's not a bad. Watch the very end of this, because as the backs keep the relationship with the quarterback. And if you've got that relationship, there's always that chance he could flip you the ball.
And that will be the final play of the first.
Of course, then you got to come to the sideline and defend it to the coaches.
Like that late pitch like that is risky. You know, it was raining a little bit earlier on, a wet ball. Minimizing risk after a 3-turnover first half that Horvath had in the last game against Tulsa. Two teams that run that option style. We've seen creativity in the ground game. Navy on the doorstep, already leading 7-0.
Aren't you going to miss the game?
No, I've got NFL Plus. It's on.
Get live, local, and primetime games on mobile with NFL Plus. Keep the NFL in reach.
Castings. For simple shapes, a complete solid pattern may be used. The mold box is filled with special molding sand that is rammed home around the pattern. The molten metal, at precisely the right temperature, is poured into the mold. The assemblies are tumbled. Shaping is done with the aid of machinery, and the fine finish is evidence of the craftsmanship that has gone to their design and construction.
Hey, my treat today.
I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
What are you doing up there?
Oh, I'm just posting the number of visitors to the Homes.com network this month. It's become the go-to home shopping site.
Got another 14,000.
What?
Gotta go back up.
Homes.com, the place to find a place.
What would you pay for an iPad Pro? I only paid $42 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auction since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. And this smart charcoal grill sold for $16. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20. Deals like these and many more happen in the thousands of daily auctions on DealDash.com. All auctions start at $0. And remember, everything must go.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee with your first purchase.
This brand new iPhone sold for less than $42. And this DJI drone sold for less than $21.
And I got it for $16 on Deal Dash.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
There are auctions going on right now. So what are you waiting for?
Finding a pair of jeans that looks good and feels comfortable is such a hassle. Most clothes use just 1 or 2 measurements. M-Tailor uses 7 or more measurements for the perfect fit. Our tech measures you 20% better than a tailor. We created the InvisiStretch waistband to preserve the classic jeans look while invisibly stretching for comfort. Get custom jeans for just $79 with free shipping and free returns. Download the M-Tailor app or visit mtailor.com.
There's more football on the pitch. Don't miss the United Soccer League showdown tomorrow, 6 Eastern. New Mexico United hosting Lexington SC. Western Conference battle right here on CBS Sports Network. Chris Lewis, Randy Cross, Brandon Baylor. First quarter completes. Boy, was it lopsided in favor of Navy.
Yeah, for Coach Abel and Rice, this is exactly how they didn't want to start. And if you're Banish, big 75 in the middle there for Rice on defense or on the outside, you want to go for the ball. What you need right here, if you're Rice, you need a turnover. You got to attack the ball and see if you can get a strip.
A 65-yard Tesca run got Navy to this end. Heidenreich's in motion. Horvath heaves has a lead blocker in front and dances in. Call that the pickleball drive. Teammate Tesca got him there, and Horvath punches it in. It's a Navy touchdown.
And they're unloading the bucket because they're giving them some different looks. You start here. Watch Horvath. He starts to his right. The play starts to his right. The offensive line, they're running a counter the other way. You get all the reaction from the defense, starts to the defense's left. Horvath slides back the other way and goes in untouched.
So, Randy, the first scoring drive was over 7.5 minutes. They worked the length of the field for the touchdown. This one was less than 2 minutes. Just 3 plays. Horvath extra point is good. Kirkwood extra point is good. Horvath scored the touchdown. And the opening along the left side will return to Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in 30 seconds.
Introducing the Acura ADX.
Take your vibes on go.
Hey Google, turn it up.
Take your vibes on go.
The all-new Acura ADX. Crafted to match your energy.
Take your vibes on.
Visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on a new vehicle.
Yeah, watch the motion go this way. The defense react that way. And then Horvath just comes around and then reverses out and goes in for a touchdown. You got a read, you've got 2 pullers. Acevedo gets out there, makes a nice block, and Horvath doesn't get touched.
Brought up the decision that he made. Seems to always make the right choice. Thompson returned to around the 31. So Horvath gets in another rushing touchdown. That's number 4 this season. Now Rice needs a counter.
It's scheme and execution at this point that's really the difference. We talk about how similar these teams are, and yeah, they're very similar, but the scheme and the execution that Drew Cronick and Navy's offense is putting on the field is so much different than what Rice is doing. Coach Abel would love to be able to tell you his offense has been effective, but as of right now, Jenkins and company has not been very effective.
Rice came into this game scoring in 9 straight quarters. That comes to an end. Throw it to the flat, and Walker makes his first grab of the season. Braylon Walker, who began this season injured after an injury in camp, playing in his first game this year.
There's a good example. I mean, Jenkins normally delivers that ball on the outside to where his guy can catch that and then get about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Not a very accurate throw, not very good execution, and the results are obvious.
The sharpness, we've seen the difference. Jenkins blasted, wow. Chase Jenkins got written down by Mark Anthony Parker and Julian Mutame.
Well, your choice was you're initially going to get hit in the face by Robinson, or you're going to get Mutame coming in on the other side. You had 2 different unblocked defensive linemen right there.
So then you get into these situations where it's 3rd and long.
3rd and long. Little more rain coming down right now. Ball handling becomes problematic when it gets wet. But Russian pressure's the story here.
Jenkins looks left, throws that way. Walker again. He needs the 41. He gets close. And that is enough for the first down. They give him the forward progress. And Rice picks up their first 3rd down conversion.
Really good execution. You line up everything to the left. Those that are there, you kind of run off, and then you go underneath, and you get yourself a first down. That is some excellent effort. Difference was really the running ability of the receiver to go through the defense.
Rain is coming down harder than it had all game on this drive for Rice. Alexander stood up right at the line of scrimmage. Luke Harris knocked him down. Jalen Alexander, the number 2 back for Rice, handling the ball through this rain.
Yeah, Luke Harris has been a difference maker on the defensive side of the ball, coming from the defense's left, 35 there. He's usually dealing with big offensive tackles. I mean, 6'4", 300 pounds is the guy he's across from. And Pierce is what, about 220, 225? But he's used to that, giving away those 80 pounds.
So he's used to just giving away a bunch of weight on his interior matchups. We mentioned the rain, ball handling a theme, and that one was nearly a disaster as Dickman lost it. Landon Robinson right in the way. Really, that should be an incomplete pass.
Part of that, and that really what that was it was in front of him, it was a pass. It's basically a little shovel forward.
You told me before the game to pay attention when the rain comes down to how these players are holding on to the ball. I think they're correcting what we just mentioned, how that should be an incomplete pass because of it being tapped forward.
Yeah, they're going back to the original line of scrimmage, back to the 41-yard line.
Which is the safety of making it that pop pass instead of a handoff behind you.
Do you get a blitz here? Yep.
Pressure comes. Chase Jenkins is chased. Escapes. Leaps and throws. Open Walker dropped it. He was all alone just outside the 30, but Braylon Walker cannot hang on.
What a nice job by Chase Jenkins, avoiding the contact, getting the ball off. You see the rain, how hard it's raining. When you could see the rain on camera, you know it's raining hard.
Boy, was that an epic shot.
That was very nice.
Slow motion, and unfortunate though for Walker in his first game played this year. Could not bring it in. Already the 3rd punt for Alex Paqueta. Chapman points, it's a short one. Takes a fortunate Rice roll and curls at the 13. Long field for Navy, already up a couple of scores. Yeah, you can have fun in the wet conditions at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium.
At that age, all times.
Influencers aren't new. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
In 1941, Jeep wrote the book on four-wheel drive.
Years later, the Jeep brand is still influencing. Some create trends, we create our own trail. Some send a smiling emoji, we smile for real. Don't call it a comeback. Jeep, there's only one.
Right now, during the Jeep Drive into Fall event, purchase and get 0% financing for 60 months on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Hurry, this great offer ends September 30th.
I see you found the D-Furnished feature on Homes.com.
D-Furnished? Furnished.
Homes.com, the place to find a place.
Is this for real?
At FanDuel, we know how great it is to celebrate a win. And we want everyone to celebrate this NFL season. That's why we're giving away over $1 million in prizes with FanDuel free-to-play games. So lace up those dancing shoes. Because with FanDuel, you can feel like a winner after every play. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Hey, my treat today.
I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
Compliments of the chef.
Oh?
He was so glad that he had emergency roadside service with Geico. And since they saved his bacon, he presents to you a bacon tart flambe. With Vic.
Mate, look, I don't need special treatment. I'm just happy that he's happy.
You're too humble, Mr. Gecko. Which is why we also present to you, and I don't need special treatment, run-of-the-mill grilled cheese.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Get more savings in service. Get more with Geico.
I would say the stories about Colonel Ripley in Vietnam, the true grit he showed, it takes a lot of self-sacrifice and selflessness. A man of great character.
U.S. Navy turns 250. Ripley, who served during the Vietnam War, earned 14 personal decorations for his heroic actions, including the Navy Cross. And Ripley's grandson, Race Ripley, he's a member of the Navy lacrosse team. One of my favorite parts of every week we've done one of these games with Navy is to learn a little bit about the background of some of the heroes of this country.
The history, the battles. It's one of the great things about this stadium. All around this stadium, on the concrete facing on the stadiums up top, you can see the different battles, and it's on both sides. And it's almost like a walk through history.
I recommend you Google, like when we do the heroic leaders over the last 250, to Google, because that's what I do when I learn who it is, and I definitely learn a thing or two about what makes this country as great as it is Heidenreich. There is a flag down late, and he got across enough for the first. Stevenson found him. We'll check the penalty.
Unless somebody got a little piece of a face mask, I'm pretty sure that's holding.
Charles Lamartina indicates just that.
And Coach Newberry doesn't agree.
Holding. Offense number 89. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Second down.
Right in front of you. That was part block, part bear hug. And blocks are okay. Bear hugs they're not encouraged.
That's how we greet each other when we've been apart for a couple of weeks and
Exactly.
we're reunited.
And no one throws a flag.
Yeah, there's no penalty there. That's all fine. So it backs Navy up. This is what Brian Newberry mentioned is the beginning of phase 2 of Navy's season, where the first 3 games were building the foundation, the habits for this season. As Horvath on second down gets across the 20.
Yeah, and there's basically 3 phases that he talks about in this season, and right now you're in phase 2. You've had your bye. Now you're in the next pod of games, the next...
He calls it the building phase.
Yeah, the next 4 games, and then, of course, they're in a situation where 5 of the last 7 games are on the road.
That's the ringer phase, because that's the tough part of their schedule.
That's when you hear the term crucible.
Third down and 3. Option flip. Here's Heidenreich. Gets his 3rd touch and has the first down near the 27-yard line. Armed Forces football is proudly supported by USAA.
Yeah, if you're Rice and you're getting Heidenreich to run the ball and you're seeing him run right and run left and whatnot, keep your antenna up, because he's a lot more dangerous as a receiver.
There's a play action fake. You said the antenna up. Looking for Chapman. Are you kidding me? A wild grab for the snipe for Navy.
See, when you practice plays like this and you practice making catches like this, you can act like you do this all the time. Yeah, they're going to take a look at that. They're going to stop play here and they're going to review upstairs, because they're going to want to know, was that ball still
Offense
moving?
number 65.
But they're calling a false start.
5-yard penalty. First down.
I mean, I just may want to take another look at it to be in all of that catch. One hand, Chapman through the rain in Annapolis.
You got it one-handed, knocked it back to yourself, caught it, and then tucked to protect the ball from the ground.
Well, this is a guy, Chapman, who's known as a maniac blocker. Also,
it's a pretty good indication you throw a lot in practice when you're able to do that during a game.
Back in the flex bone set. Another play action. Horvath launches to the sidelines. It is caught inbounds. Nathan Kent, a track star, the pace for Navy as they get a fresh set of downs. See how fast Kent went to get the football to bring it to the official.
Yeah, you're going to say a little action. Watch the linebackers and the safeties react. Play looks like it's going to go left. They all react to their right. The ball's thrown back to Kent on the outside, who just drags that one leg in bounds.
Drive that started at the 13. Flag before the first down run.
Another motion.
Prior to the snap, full start. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And there's nothing that'll drive these offensive coaches and their head coach, Brian Newberry, crazier, faster than Drew Cronick's offense and offensive linemen making pre-snap penalties like that. Those are the prime sins on offense, or pre-snap penalties.
Crowley, a sophomore, part of a young line. Navy has experienced weapons and playmakers. The inexperience comes from the offensive line. Horvath, the veteran quarterback. Charles Robinson to the sideline. Spotted at the 39. All right, we saw that crazy catch by Chapman. One more look. Again, it's through some rain and wet conditions. Now, did he hold on through the process of the catch?
See the way he tucked his shoulder? That's protecting the football. That enables him to bring it in and get it steady. I mean, that's again goes back to what I talked about. You obviously do that in practice. You obviously practice. I mean, you don't practice making catches like that. You have to make catches like that.
I almost feel like these guys practice making catches like that. How often on a college football Saturday you see the one-handers? Horvath with time, crosser, incomplete. Through the hands of Joshua Guerin. Check that, that was Luke Hutchison who could not catch it. And it's 3rd down and 12.
Look at the base of Horvath. Did you see the way his legs were kind of spread? It's really important for a quarterback to have your feet in the right positions. That really affects your accuracy. And when your feet are kind of spread and you're throwing against your body the other way, that's the tough way to get a completion. That's why he didn't get one there.
See if he goes to the air again. This is a big moment for this Rice defense to try to keep this team in the game. 3rd and 12.
They get down to the 28-yard line.
Horvath rockets high and incomplete. It would have been enough for the first down. Heidenreich got bumped. And with 4th down and 12 to go, we'll see if the punt unit comes on. Indeed.
Yeah, a little too far for any kind of field goal, but it does open you up in this situation. I mean, Navy is extremely happy with Carlson, Jacob Carlson, their punter, who has done a really nice job. And for them, it isn't about putting it inside the 20. It's about putting it inside the 10.
This has been what Carlson's specialty has been to this point this year. Not too many opportunities. By the way, Rice having a player late getting off the field. They have to call a timeout.
And it was because of that.
Prior to the snap, Rice takes their first charge timeout of the half.
See Abel pointing to his chest. Wondering if he's mentioning that, hey, that's on me as the coach. Burn a timeout with 7:29 to go in the first half. Here's another look.
Watch the bottom of the screen. You're all of a sudden it's like, oh man, we got 12. But the Coach Abel, accurately just looks at the official, calls himself a timeout, and avoids the penalty.
As this Rice program moving in the right direction. This is a team that hasn't had a winning season since 2014. 10 straight losing seasons. I feel like with what they've done at this point, 3-1, and what they have on the board, there's a chance that this could be a bowl team for Rice. Still a ways to go. Fair catch. and the penalty marker in is it was just stolen.
That's interference.
Yeah, it just stolen as Thompson was underneath. He clearly called the fair catch.
That's
Hamilton came on to try to catch it.
That's interfering with the returner. You can't do that. I mean, you can get close without
catch the ball
with relative impunity, but you can't help him catch it.
He saw Chapman make that catch and was like, I want to get in on
Kick
some nice
catch interference. Kicking team number 18. 15-yard penalty to a dead ball spot. First down, Rice.
There's one where I suppose he did not see the fair catch being called.
Good
so
concentration.
On Navy.
Good concentration by Thompson, though.
Indeed. We'll be back here in Annapolis.
Dan loves football, and Dan is about to love it even more because his friends just showed him how to make picks and win money on Underdog. Dan loves how easy it is to play on Underdog. He just picks higher or lower on his favorite players and cha-ching, he's in the game. And when he gets it right, Dan could win up to 5,000 times his money. Already a pro. That's so Dan. New customers play $5 and get $100 in bonus credits instantly. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like men over 40 everywhere. These guys experience a drop in testosterone. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. Some guys took my advice about how to boost their testosterone, and some didn't. This guy got the message loud and clear.
That's right, Nugenix Total T2.
From the #1 selling testosterone brand at GNC and Walmart, Nugenix Total T2, packed with even more man-boosting power. It's the next generation testosterone booster that sends nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours. Feel leaner, stronger, and ready for anything with more energy and drive. Get your complimentary bottle by texting MUG to 231-231.
Thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
New T2 is not available in stores or on Amazon. Get your complimentary bottle now. Text MUG to 231-231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X absolutely free.
I won this skydiving package on Deal Dash.
Lori won $2,000 Tiffany earrings for just $1, and Joseph won an iPad for just $6. There's millions of fast auctions. So try today at DealDash.com for $50 of free credit and your first win guaranteed.
Bamboo HR is easy for everyone.
What about a hospital that needs employee data, benefits, and payroll all in the same place?
Yes, it all works together with surgical precision.
Easy starts at bamboohr.com.
On the clock 10 years ago, Army-Navy in Philly, Keenan Reynolds, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 1 in the air. Navy won it 21-17. That was the 14th straight win for Navy against Army, as we're 77 days. The countdown to the Army-Navy game presented by USAA. Tune in Saturday, December 13th on CBS to see that kind of excitement.
Yeah, you put that game on your radar if you've never been. That is worth the price of admission.
And after a penalty on Navy special teams, an Alexander run to the 30. Let's check in with Brandon.
Yeah, Chris, on that last Rice drive, Quentin Jackson, he huddled the entire offense on the sideline and told them basically, look, they want it more than us. Tighten up and wake up. This is our game, too. We spoke to Coach Abel earlier this week. He said he's one of those leaders. And at 5'7" and 160, he was very vocal with his teammates there.
He is the team's leading returning rusher and team captain, Brandon. And you can see him right there on the sideline. Even if he's not in, he is bringing the emotion. As Alexander again, but that line of scrimmage, Randy, right now is controlled by Navy.
It really is. Landon Robinson and company inside are doing a beautiful job of stuffing up the inside run. You know, Alexander, the backup running back, 215 pounds. He's more of a power guy, but I don't care if you're a power guy or what. When you're running into 3 separate defenders inside that are unblocked, you're not powerful enough.
Mark Anthony Parker was leading the way on that tackle. There you got to look at Jackson, who's just 5'7", 160 pounds as the guys mentioned. But he's in on third. Jenkins fakes the handoff, pressured, floats over the middle. It's too tall for the Maryland native, Aaron Turner. From right outside of Baltimore. Jenkins knows he missed it.
Yep, that one needed to be thrown out in front of the receiver. He was starting to almost turn back to the quarterback for the ball, and when he looked up, the ball was over his head.
So a dejected Jenkins, as Rice still unable to sustain a drive. Great catch by Baqueta and gets that punt off. Ryan Freeman, the snapper, had that one go high. Chapman makes one miss to the 31. Some pushing and shoving deep in Navy sideline. They get that all sorted out with 5:53 to go until halftime. It's been all Navy so far.
Introducing the Acura ADX.
Take your vibes on go. Hey Google, turn it up. Take your vibes on go.
The all-new Acura ADX. Crafted to match your energy.
Take your vibes on go.
Visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on a new vehicle.
Girl, you're locked in.
What? No, I'm not. Walmart Plus members get to choose which video streaming service we want.
No, I meant
it's included, so I can watch what I want.
Oh, well, who knew?
Oh my gosh! Become a member who knows better. Walmart Plus.
Ameriprise Financial has been providing personal financial advice since 1894. Through changing times, clients have counted on us to know they're protected and that their wealth is preserved. For over 6 generations, our advice has been helping people do more than achieve their goals. We've been helping them achieve their goals with confidence. Visit Ameriprise.com to find an advisor near you. Ameriprise Financial. Advice worth talking about.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water, made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and run the game. Gatorade, is it in you?
Peekaboo. Don't hurt him, Kev. All dripped up. Got the new iPhone 17 Pro, and Verizon picked up the tab on the best 5G network, baby.
No way.
It's me. Handsome and hilarious. No way. No way. I know. I'm even finer in person. Ooh.
No way.
Wait, it was about the iPhone? Come on.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best 5G network.
That's real nice.
Coming into this game, Navy, unstoppable ground attack, and that theme is continued here this afternoon.
Yeah, it really has. The rushing game has been there for the midshipmen. That usually means their offensive line is controlling things. Coach Abel of Rice made the comment that the line of scrimmage has not been friendly for Rice, and so far, that is absolutely true.
Both sides of the ball. Navy has controlled the line. Time of possession has been weighted heavily in favor of the Mids. See the rushing total so far there. From the 31 after the punt. This is Chapman along the outside, tripped up. Williams has had a day so far defensively for Rice, the safety making a handful of tackles.
Yeah, they did really a nice job by Rice of stringing that out. You have force, you have contain. And the job is you got to make them just sort of wiggle and keep trying to miss people and get that pursuit coming from the inside to finish them off.
Navy, one of 3 unbeatens in the American Conference coming in. North Texas, winners earlier today. Memphis plays later today. Horvath turns the corner and accelerates past the sticks. Boy, when he makes the decision that I'm going to cut it up the field, he does it with a blur.
Yeah, right there, and that all happened right there in front of Brian Newberry on the Navy side. Watch him just get tripped up. Just get a heel. That sort of gets him stumbling forward. You don't get that, you're going to see a chance to go all the way to the house.
Andrew Alway got just enough to stop that after 11 yards. Horvath makes the handoff, powers himself just shy of midfield.
Pretty simple play. That's a play we always refer to as the follow. You get the running back test that comes through, and then the running back or the quarterback takes the ball, doesn't give it to the back, and then follows right behind him up the middle. That's an easy, quick 4 yards.
Over your years of watching Horvath, is there a run that you feel like he's most comfortable with?
He's most comfortable running in between the tackles, which is an interesting thing for a guy that hit built the way he is.
Teska also comfortable running in between the tackles, thrown down by Blaise Tita before that got rumbling. We brought up during the stoppage, Navy would like nothing more than to utilize the rest of the time in this first half on this drive with under 4 to go.
Hey, you know, Brian Newberry, you can talk about metrics, you can talk about what are you going to do, what do the stats say to do, you know, and Coach Abel on the other side knows full well there's 2 downs in play here. If they don't get first down on this one, there's a high likelihood that they're going to go for it on 4th.
They go to the gun, Heidenreich in motion. Teska has an opening and has the first down, plus territory inside the 40. Out of bounds at the 36.
Nice job. That same play they scored on earlier. Little counter play with the guard and tackle pulling from the backside. Able to get the outside real quick. That's a play designed to go inside. You want an offensive tackle, the second guy, to get on a linebacker and the back to be able to go inside, but they got the edge so quick they were able to go outside.
Is there anything Rice's defense can do differently here as Navy continues to control the ball?
I'd say get back to operating on the other side of the line of scrimmage like they did earlier.
Teska on the dive, gains a couple. Michael Daly, one of the captains on the defense, transfer from BYU, back in the class, high school class of 2019. So they had the mission for a couple years, then spent 4 years make it 3 years at BYU, and now his second at Rice. From the 33, Horvath speed option. Again, cuts it up the field past the 30-yard line. And he gets to around the 28. Chavez on the tackle and our final play before the 2-minute timeout.
This is exactly what Navy wanted to do. They got the ball with about 5:50 to go. They've taken it down to the 2. They'd like to use the rest of this half up.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. Cheesy, bacony scrambles with crispy hash browns are also just $6. Where French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP.
Castings. For simple shapes, a complete solid pattern may be used. A mold box is filled with special molding sand that is rammed home around the pattern. The molten metal, at precisely the right temperature, is poured into the mold. The assemblies are tumbled. Shaping is done with the aid of machinery, and the fine finish is evidence of the craftsmanship that has gone to their design and construction.
All right, team. Let's review. USAA membership is open to...
My dad is a veteran who joined, so my mom can join.
That's right, Haley.
Same here, which means I can join too. Which means I joined thanks to my grandpa. He joined and passed membership to my mom, who passed it to me. Are you eligible, Coach Gronk?
It's complicated.
That means no.
USAA. Become a member today.
Hey, my treat today. I don't think they'll take that here. Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me.
You look rad. Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
At Dots, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough. So they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you build an all-pretzel pantry. With a biometric security system. Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
Coming up, Ram Trucks halftime report. Brent Stover, Kevin Carter, Beanie Wells. Get you caught up on this game and all the other action around the country. Great day of football. Coming up on the Ram Trucks halftime reports.
Is there a place you can have more fun than a grassy or muddy hill? with a bunch of friends if you're a kid.
Yeah, I'm about to say, when you're a kid like that.
You get wet, you get dirty.
Now here's the...
And get fed.
Oh, all that too. But here's the AP Top 10. It's powered by Ram Trucks. We mentioned the crazy day of college football we have ahead of us, and right at the top of that list, you have Ohio State trailing Washington in Seattle right now on CBS.
That is a very difficult place to play in Seattle, play the Huskies.
3rd down and 2. After the 2-minute timeout, and Rice's defense, one of their best stops initially, try for the second effort, still short by about a half a yard. Chris Clark Jolivet on the tackle, and that clock moving under 1:40.
You definitely go for it here. You don't even think twice about this. You get this first down, you will finish the half off with the ball.
Zero hesitation.
Everything tied inside, which this year, with Drew Chronic calling plays, probably means it's a power sweep.
There is a sweep, and hiding right is short. Ty Morris ran it down for Rice. Man, did the Owls need something like that.
I guess I wasn't the only one. John Kay, the defensive coordinator, and the defense were thinking the same thing as that quick power sweep, that speed sweep on the outside that Navy likes to run so much. He even talked about it last night when we met with him.
They're ready for it. Well scouted. So Rice trying to avoid being shut out in the first half. You can see it there. Haven't been shut out yet in the first half this season. Try the option here. Drayden Dickman, a speedster along the outside, pushed out of bounds, which will stop the clock with 1:07. Hamilton pushed him out.
That was a nice job by Hamilton of playing that play all the way to the ball carrier. Never slowed down.
How aggressive are you right now if you're Rice? You're right now in your own territory. You're not much of a passing offense. In fact, the bottom of the FBS in passing.
I don't think you're doing it, but you are doing it with formation, with motion, and quick, wide open runs.
There's a wide open run. Witten Jackson. So there you go. It changes the dynamic. Clock stops to move the chains with 1:01, then all resets.
Yeah, you'll be inside a minute here pretty quick.
Again, Jackson has a crease near side. Steps through a tackle 45. Does not go down easy. It's another first down inside of 50 seconds.
Yeah, Jackson is deceiving. He's everything we say he is size-wise, at 5'7", 160, but he just is not. He's deceiving. He's got more powerful than it looks. You see guys hit him and kind of bounce off him.
So now you factor in the 2 timeouts. Play action fake, and Jenkins goes nowhere. He was surrounded in the pocket. Luke Paris was the first one there, the pass rushing specialist for Navy.
Luke Paris plays through the tight end, underneath the tight end, gets away from the running back's attempted block, and Jenkins really never had a chance to really set up and throw. Paris was on him the whole time.
Brigade fired up. Second call timeout for Rice. Luke Paris provided the pressure. That's his first full sack this season.
Paris gets through, gets underneath the back. Jenkins comes down on that left shoulder. You do that enough, you can start not only banging up your shoulder, but your collarbone starts coming into play, and it can alter your throwing motion.
He injured his throwing shoulder when he was a receiver last season. He was limited to just 2 games. And Coach Abel came on, decided to move Jenkins to quarterback in his first operation of business. Going to the air here, it sails out of bounds. Really wasn't close with Braylon Walker running. 33 seconds, 1 timeout left, 3rd and 15.
Nice job there by the corner. I mean, the sideline is your friend, and Coach Abel knows you can draw all the nice routes up you want, but when the corner can force that receiver to literally take himself out of bounds, it takes him out of the play.
Now, Inat Goda, the kicker for Rice, does have a big leg. His longest season's 49, but he's missed a couple of kicks in the mid-50s just off the mark. They're not afraid to try long field goals. Why they're running here with Jackson, the diminutive running back, to the 40. Now with one timeout, 25 seconds, we'll see if Goda comes out. This would be about a 57-yarder.
Well, he's got enough leg. But no surprise here. Coach Abel's going to go for it.
Yeah, 4th and 6.
Now he wants timeout.
That look, the shake of the head. Chase Jenkins, that is Enoch Goda. Strong leg, we've seen it on kickoffs. He can, on this season, get it through the end zone. He's one of the best touchback percentages in the country.
And that's the decision you have to make. If you're Rice, you haven't had much of an offensive half here in the first half. You're going to get the ball to start the second half so you can finish this kind of sort of start this whole middle 8 with 2 possessions back to back. Do you try to put some points on the board here before you go in at halftime with a field goal?
So that last timeout taken by Navy with 15 seconds. So Rice still has a timeout to go. The offense staying on with Jenkins. They need to get the first down here.
Do you rush more than 3? That's the question. Or do you put everybody else drops?
They run, and Jackson doesn't get there. That was 4th down. That was interesting there on a 4th down situation like that. They must have saw something that said that they could sneak that pass, but
well, they had the numbers. I mean, you look at the the proverbial box. There's like 5 guys in the box, and usually 5 guys in the box tells you got to run. Problem is they went from 5 guys in the box to 7 guys into the box.
So 10 seconds, Navy 2 timeouts. Hey, one big play and you could get into Kirkwood range.
Well, they've got a quarterback in Horvath that's got the ability to chunk this thing pretty good. I mean, they've thrown 7 passes already in this first half. I'm not sure, though, that throwing more at this point is worth the squeeze, if you will. Because you're in that territory of every time you throw, 3 or 4 things bad can happen. Yeah. There's only one thing good.
I know that line. Running the football has more things that can at least go well or not go poorly. And the way this team can run it, as they put a couple more seconds back on the clock, you never know, you could get a big chunk on the ground here. But Coach Newberry's team already 2 touchdowns in the first half.
You got to get to about the 33 to 35 to make a realistic field goal attempt.
They are going to the air. Horvath. Teteska makes one miss by the sideline. 6 seconds. Teteska still going. And the yard line that Randy, you mentioned right before the play, as if you were in the huddle with 4 seconds left.
That's exactly where you want to be. You're on the 32-yard line. You've got 4 seconds left. You have 2 timeouts. This is a no-brainer. You go ahead and try to put 3 more points up.
So Teska had a 65-yard run in the first quarter.
For those of you wondering, with 4 seconds left and 2 timeouts, should you run another play? I've trapped somewhere between no and hell no. I think
too much could go wrong there.
I think you kick the field goal, take your points, and go in at halftime.
The play clock was winding down. Navy has the timeout left.
And the main question is, if you kick with 4 seconds left, you can survive a bad snap and still have another play with a timeout. There's just not much else you can do. If you're Brian Newberry, you're better off just going ahead and kicking the field goal. And you have a kicker that's got the leg to do it from here.
This would be a new career long for Kirkwood. Haven't needed him much this year. Just a couple of field goals, made them both within 28. His career long, 46 coming in. This would be from 50.
He's got the size and the leverage, 6'2", about 175 pounds, so he can hit down on it, and a 50-yarder should be well within his range. It is in practice.
Senior from Greencastle, Pennsylvania. And Rice with a timeout left. They use one here. So more time for Kirkwood to think about it.
That's exactly what it's for. I mean, coach knows. You look at the sheet and you look at it and say, well, wait a minute, he's never made one from here. Yeah, call another timeout. Let him think about it a little bit.
I like the note from our producer, Michael Pittman, in the truck. Ice from Rice. On a humid day, temperature game time was 75 degrees, rain in the forecast. We've seen a light rain and to moderately heavy earlier in the second quarter. But right now, not much. And Randy, you noted there's really not any wind today in Annapolis. Right hash, Kirkwood from 50. A low line drive kick that sails left. No good. One of the few things that haven't gone Navy's way in the first half.
Snap was a little low. Kick was a little rushed. It was yanked to the left. But overall, you scored 14 points in the first half. If you're Navy, you ran for 213 yards. So you're above your yearly average so far. You're leading the country in rushing, and right now you look like it.
More than doubling Rice in time of possession. Textbook half for Navy. End of the first half, 14-0 Navy leads Rice. After the break, it's Brent Stover and the crew in New York. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network.
In the Champions League, every picture tells a story, and every great story
would you believe this?
needs an audience.
It's a really special moment.
The UEFA Champions League, every goal, every game, live on Paramount Plus.
This is Judy and Pedro. They just bought their first home and are learning a lot. Thanks to Google, Pedro knows more than he wanted to about gravel. Oh. And Judy wouldn't call herself a plumber, but she dabbles.
Wait, how do these things work together? Honey, I did it!
So far, if they've learned one thing about home ownership, is that there's a lot to learn. Good thing you can just ask Google.
At Ameriprise Financial, we know our clients are so much more than clients. They're go-getters and legacy leavers. And what matters most to them matters most to us. It's no wonder we have a 4.9 out of 5 client satisfaction rating. Ameriprise Financial.
At Dots, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough. So they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you order a special delivery.
That seems like a lot.
They're really good. Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
What would you pay for an iPad Pro? I only paid $42 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auction since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. And this smart charcoal grill sold for $16. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20. Deals like these and many more happen in the thousands of daily auctions on DealDash.com. All auctions start at $0. And remember, everything must go.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee with your first purchase.
This brand new iPhone sold for less than $42. And this DJI drone sold for less than $21.
And I got it for $16 on Deal Dash.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
There are auctions going on right now. So what are you waiting for?
Finding a pair of jeans that looks good and feels comfortable is such a hassle. Most clothes use just 1 or 2 measurements. M-Tailor uses 7 or more measurements for the perfect fit. Our tech measures you 20% better than a tailor. We created the InvisiStretch waistband to preserve the classic jeans look while invisibly stretching for comfort. Get custom jeans for just $79 with free shipping and free returns. Download the M-Tailor app or visit mtailor.com.
You're watching the Ram Trucks Halftime Report on CBS Sports Network.
Hey there, welcome inside our New York studios. Brent Stover alongside Kevin Carter and Beanie Wells at the break. 14-0 Navy. What stood out so far for you, Kevin?
The nation's leading rushing team, averaging 373 yards per game thus far this season. Navy, yes, Drew Cronick, the offensive coordinator, is getting it done, and he's getting it done in different ways. You're usually used to seeing just a steady dose of Horvath and Teska, but here's the end around. Luke Hutchinson on the end around for the easy walk-in score. Adding to that rushing total. 213 yards in the first half, 2 rushing touchdowns, and oh yeah, this is more of Alex Teska doing what he always does. This rushing attack of the Navy midshipmen this year is impressive this year, and they're off to an impressive start versus Rice.
Yeah, missed the field goal, unfortunately, at the end of the half, but still a 14-zip advantage with the third quarter to come. Let's catch up on some highlights in the meantime, starting with the Big Ten over on CBS. Top-ranked Ohio State hitting the road to take on a Washington team that's won 22 straight at home. Always a sensational atmosphere. Got the Sailgators out there before and during the game. Packed house early on for the Buckeyes.
And this is how you get your fan base excited. Ohio State, 4 inches. They are stuffed. The Washington defense stuffed C.J. Donaldson. They turn the ball over in an ensuing possession. DeMond Williams over the middle connects with Desmond Roebuck for 20 yards. That will lead to a field goal. But then the Ohio State Buckeyes, Julian Sayin drops back and finds the super sophomore Jeremiah Smith for the 18-yard score.
7-3, Sayin, 7 of 10, 63 and a touchdown over on CBS. Stay in the Big Ten. Indiana, Kurt Cignetti, tough road trip at the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Gronowski back to pass. The ball is tipped, then picked off by Indiana's Amari Farrell. Still in the first, ensuing Indiana possession. Fernando Mendoza makes them pay with a 14-yard touchdown pass to Omar Cooper Jr. Hoosiers with a 7-0 lead at this point, and this, Mark Gronowski. 3 yards downhill, capping off an 11-play, 73-yard drive. It is 10-all at halftime.
All right, on to the SEC, Beanie. Heavyweight showdown. LSU and Ole Miss meeting as AP-ranked teams for the 3rd consecutive season. Pick it up early on, scoreless game.
Yeah, Garrett Nussmeier drops back to find Nick Anderson for the 7-yard score. That pass is deflected, and they go to review it because they don't know if it's a catch there. But excellent awareness by Anderson to haul that thing in. And Nussmeier throws into traffic and gets picked off by Waddy Williams Jr. The Rebels still trail 7-3.
Okay, so that's the score. Low-scoring affair there. Auburn in 9th-ranked A&M. Le'Veon Moss, the handoff, dives over the goal line. Aggies up 7-0, Kevin.
Second quarter, Ruben Owens, the second, breaks free and glides to a 33-yard gain that would go on and kick the field goal. Aggies are up now.
All right.
10-3.
10-7 in this one, 37 seconds in the first. 15th-ranked Tennessee, the 3-point edge, and the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Aguilar, 4 of 6, 68. Chapin, 6 of 10, 42 and a pick for the Bulldogs. Upon a return, we check in on a ranked versus ranked matchup of the Big Ten as USC hit the road to take on Illinois. And did Lincoln Riley's offense continue its early season dominance? Find out next.
Here, I test my limits. Here, I find my purpose.
Here, I attend a top-ranked school and am taught by the best.
Here, I am part of something bigger than myself.
Here, at the United States Naval Academy, we wear the Navy blue and gold.
This is where success is earned, never given. Where character and grit break the status quo, and competition drives ambition. Ignited by innovation, united by mission, bold in service. It is set in stone. One footprint, 15 world-class institutions, one conference. This is the American, built to rise.
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. So get out there, take your swing, rev your engines and let freedom ring, and never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
During the Ram Drive into Fall event, get 10% below MSRP, plus $2,000 bonus cash on select 2025 Ram 1500 models in dealer inventory, or get 0% financing for 72 months.
Be willing to show up for your veteran.
your friend, your loved one. Be willing to trust your gut, follow your heart, take a risk. Be the one willing to ask, to guess wrong, to even offend another, to keep them safe, to remind them that they are valuable. If you know a veteran, be the one to reach out and make them a part of your life.
If you walk into a room and can't remember why, it could be nothing or something more. If you confuse a recipe, it could be a slip-up or something more. Changes in your memory and thinking could be more than normal aging. It could be associated with the buildup of amyloid plaque in your brain. To see what may be behind your memory and thinking issues, talk to your doctor about getting a full assessment, including blood biomarker tests. Act now. Visit amyloid.com to learn more.
When investing leads to questions, JP Morgan Wealth Management has powerful tools, research from expert analysts, and a single view of your banking and investing accounts right in the Chase mobile app. When you want to take control of your financial future, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
The fact that this Reese's ad showed up at this exact moment proves that your devices are listening to your stomach.
Welcome back. What a game in the early window between USC and Illinois.
Yeah, on the double end around, Hank Beatty throws to QB Luke Altmaier, who already ran one in for a score earlier and now catches one. Illini lead up 14-7, fourth quarter. Altmaier back to pass, now fires down to Justin Bowick for the 25-yard strike. And then USC storming back after 31-25, fumbling fourth. Maeva finding Makai Lemon for the 16-yard back shoulder throw. And then the 41-yard game winner from David Olano was good, and Illinois wins it in a thriller, 34-32.
Massive, massive win for the Fighting Illini.
Oh, what a bounce back for Brett Bielema and the Fighting Illini. Last week, they looked like a team that shouldn't even be ranked, how they lost to Indiana and that slacking. This week, they bounced back in a major way, led by Luke Altmaier, a guy that I thought in the beginning of the year would be one of the top QBs in the country. He's trying to get his team back on track right now.
Yeah, 20 of 26 for 331 yards passing, man. Way to lead the way and doing it in every facet of the game, throwing, catching, and running one in. But, man, what they did on the ground, domination up front by that offensive line, looking back to that Joe Moore possible award-winning type line, and they had a little hiccup earlier this season, but they seem to be back on track.
Okay, over in the ACC meantime, 16th-ranked Georgia Tech off to its first 4-0 start in 11 years, but got a test on the road today at the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest. Beanie, we pick it up in overtime, tied at 23.
Haynes King says, I'm going to call my own number here for the 1-yard score. Yellow Jackets up 30-23, but Wake Forest answers right back. The first play of the possession, Damon Claiborne breaks a tackle, and look at him go 25 yards for the score. The Demon Deacons are down 1. Wake Forest going for 2. Robbie Asher rolls out, trying to make something happen, and it's picked off. Georgia Tech survives the scare, 30-29.
And the Yellow Jackets 5-0. In our game, Navy 14's Blake Horvath, 66 rushing yards, 95 through the air in the first half. His team up a couple of touchdowns.
Attention, Department of Defense and Coast Guard civilians with a Common Access Card. You are eligible to shop your military exchanges in-store and online. Your CAC is the key to unlocking your savings benefit. Tax-free shopping with military-exclusive pricing and credit options. 100% of exchange earnings support the military community. The Exchange. It matters where you shop.
All right. Same thing?
Yup. This is our year.
You know, if getting AT&T's best deal on the new iPhone 17 Pro without needing the most expensive plan taught me anything, it's that switching things up can be a good call. So how about we try something that's timeless?
Oh yeah, good call. Ooh. Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us. Designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet. Most expensive plan not required.
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking about our honeymoon. What about Africa? Safari. Swim with elephants. Hot air balloon rides. Lions growling in the giraffes that come in through your window.
Wait, can we afford a safari? Great question. Like everything, takes a little planning.
Or put the money towards a down payment.
With enough room for a baby?
Babies.
Baby.
Let's take a look at those scenarios.
JP Morgan Wealth Management has advisors in Chase branches and tools like Wealth Plan to help keep you on track. When you're planning for it all, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Is this for real? Oh my! To the end zone!
At FanDuel, we know how great it is to celebrate a win.
What a play!
And we want everyone to celebrate this NFL season. That's why we're giving away over $1 million in prizes with FanDuel free-to-play games. So lace up those dancing shoes. Because with FanDuel, you can feel like a winner after every play. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with the Kubota lineup. Versatile Sidekick utility vehicles. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. Professional grade mowers for a professional cut. It's equipment built with one purpose: to get the job done right.
At Dots, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough, so they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you build an all-pretzel pantry with a biometric security system. Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water, made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and run the game. Gatorade, is it in you?
North Texas, 36-22. They beat South Alabama. They are 5-0 for the first time since 1959. Big game tonight between Oregon and Penn State in prime time, and a whiteout, Beanie.
This is a matchup I cannot wait to see. Big game James. As people have been talking about James Franklin and him not being able to win the big game for his program, this is an opportunity to take a step in the right direction and getting that monkey off his program's back. Jim knows what will he do to the young Dante Moore quarterback that they have there for the Ducks. This is going to be an exciting matchup. I can't wait to see it.
Another huge one coming to the SEC. Alabama faces off against Georgia, Kevin.
And for the last 2 years, whoever wins the battle along the line of scrimmage ends up winning the game. For the last 2 years, it's been Bama who's been on top, rushing for well over 150 yards each of those 2 contests. Both of them coming out wins. We'll see if they can do it again versus this year's Georgia team.
Okay, quick update. Ole Miss just got a touchdown. They've taken the lead, 5:09 before halftime. They lead LSU 10-7. Second half from Annapolis comes your way right after this.
This has been the Ram Trucks Halftime Report. Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram.
Got the new iPhone 17 Pro and Verizon picked up the tab.
No way.
That's me. Handsome and hilarious. It's a rare combo.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best 5G network.
I mean, where else would I get it, right?
This your bag, sir?
What gave it away?
Oh, you the Geico Gecko! I'm a huge fan. I filed a claim for my car with the Geico app. Only took 2 minutes.
Well, I mean, Geico's all about getting more than just savings.
The next time, how about less fluid ounces?
Fair enough. Oh.
You use this much serum?
Well, my skincare routine requires...
And a pump top? It's gonna make a mess. Well, I'm taking this.
You took all of them.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Have a nice flight.
If the peanut butter in a Reese's could talk to the chocolate, what would it say? You complete me. Should we start a podcast? Who does your ridges?
When investing leads to questions, JP Morgan Wealth Management has powerful tools, research from expert analysts, and a single view of your banking and investing accounts right in the Chase mobile app. When you want to take control of your financial future, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Introducing the Acura ADX.
Take your vibes on go.
Hey Google, turn it up.
Take your vibes on go.
The all-new Acura ADX. Crafted to match your energy.
Take your vibes on go.
Visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on a new vehicle.
This is where success is earned, never given. Where character and grit break the status quo, and competition drives ambition. Ignited by innovation, united by mission, bold in service. It is set in stone. one footprint, 15 world-class institutions, one conference. This is the American, built to rise.
Here, I test my limits. Here, I find my purpose.
Here, I attend a top-ranked school and am taught by the best.
Here, I am part of something bigger than myself.
Here at the United States Naval Academy, we wear the Navy blue and gold.
Here are the first half stats. They're brought to you by Kubota. Everything favors Navy outside of penalties. The midshipmen right now taking control over the Owls. Welcome to the booth, Chris Cross and Brandon Baylor. He's on the sideline. So we built this as an academy style of game, right? With two teams running the option. Maybe it shouldn't be a surprise that the academy team has had the better of play.
Yeah, it has been an academy game, and in these academy games the last year or two, Navy's been pretty dominant. And in this game, they've been very similar. This defense has done really well against option offenses the last few years, and especially today. And on the offensive side, a few stars, but Alec Teska has been the guy really making the biggest plays and having the biggest impact both as a runner and that catch at the end, setting up that field goal attempt was big.
Now for Rice, the mistakes.
Now that drop, that was a huge momentum shifter there. They had a chance to get a big play down the field. Now, for Rice, they've got to stay on the field. They've got to keep their possessions up and keep their defense off the field. For Navy, there's a negative, and the negative you mentioned, that was the penalties. They have 7 penalties for 55 yards. That's well above their total, usually for a game, well above, because they come into this game averaging 4 to 5 penalties in a game.
And usually one of the least penalized teams in the country. So that for Brian Newberry to correct.
And a lot of those have been pre-snap, too.
Kirkwood kicks off. Jackson, the returner, it's off his foot. He has to scramble to pick it up. Does so with the 15. And does advance it past the 25. For a halftime report, here's Brandon.
Yeah, Chris, I had a chance to speak to both coaches, and frustration on both sides there in terms of Newberry sharing me, hey, look, we'll take the 14 points, but it feels like they're getting in their own way. It starts with blocking inside and outside on the perimeter. If they're able to do that, he said, they can turn this into a track meet. When it comes to Coach Abel, he said, everybody needs to take a breath. We have to throw that half away and take one play at a time. If they're able to do that, they have to be proactive instead of reactive in that first half.
Yeah, there's just a laundry list, Brandon, of just different things that they needed to correct that went poorly in the first 30 minutes of this game.
Great point, though, Brandon, because 14 points is nothing as far as the lead goes. It's one good drive here to start the half, and suddenly you got a one-score game.
It's under further review to determine if the runner's knee was down when he possessed the kickoff.
That's the explanation from Charles Lamartina, so we'll take a look as well. Again, the ball went off the ankle of Jackson, the returner. It's just a matter of when he picked the ball up, was his knee on the ground.
Probably before that. Here is the whole thing. Does his knee hit the ground? Is he down, or is any part of his knee? Yep. Is it dying? No.
I love the roller coaster sound effects there.
Well, it's down. It looks like he's got his hands on it and he possesses it, and his knee is down. So that would put him down at what, just inside the 15-yard line, where that is?
Yes. Great angles. Our director, Brian Jagoda, getting that great look. That knee on the ground as he had his hands on the football. I mean, when I'm thinking of hands on the ball and establishing possession, I think back to yesterday, that Florida State-Virginia game. Yeah. How about that catch, or lack thereof a catch, that ended up being the downfall of Florida State, suffering the loss on the road in the quickest field storm I've ever seen at Virginia?
I'm not a huge proponent of replay, and every time I want to make a point that maybe replay is a little overused, you get a play like that, which is a classic, excellent use of replays, even in that super slow motion to show the ball being bobbled.
After further review, the runner's knee was down when he possesses the ball at the 14-yard line. The ball will be placed there, where it will be first down for Rice.
So there's the freeze frame, the evidence.
14-yard line. Now this puts Jenkins in a little bit of a hole. But, you know, in this style of offense, just like you've seen Navy go a long ways on multiple plays, same thing for Rice. Rice is used to having to go the length of the field. They're built to do that.
The gun choice offense. Shotgun option. Chase Jenkins, the operator of it, the sophomore from Katy, Texas. Former receiver, now at the controls at quarterback. Gives to Jackson, who stays on his feet. Gets through the initial surge before Mark Anthony Parker wrangles him down.
You know, and Jackson, we've already made the point, he's not a real big guy. But when you see him run inside, and we'll get a chance, because they're going to use him a few times on this drive, when he gets inside the tackles, he runs with pretty good power, but more than anything else, he's not in there very long. If you're a defender, you better get in there and get a tackle.
Moving the line of scrimmage, that's something that is certainly encouraging to Rice on their first couple of plays here of this second half. That just wasn't the case in the first.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Abel and company, and that's what he told Brandon coming out to start this half, was that the line of scrimmage was very important. And in this first drive, first couple of plays, that's been the difference. They've had a control of the line of scrimmage.
Movement at the time of the snap, the penalty flag in.
Ball start. Offense number 86. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Retro sophomore James Falk, number 2 tight end.
And again, a self-inflicted penalty. That's been the problem for the Navy offense on their side, has been self-inflicted wounds. And offensively, 86, that right tight end, you see him move early. Great position. You just can't move like that because it puts your offense in a huge hole.
The only time they're allowed to move that early is the tush push. And off to Jackson.
Don't get me started.
Wrapped to the ground by Mark Anthony Parker. We called his name a bunch here this afternoon.
Watch the linebacker Mark Anthony Parker come through the middle of the defense just like a flash. Everybody else seems to be very measured in their motion. Parker came through there unimpeded, using some great speed. Something just looks faster about a linebacker wearing 56.
Ooh.
I remember that LT guy. He stood out a little bit. Good.
6 tackles already for Mark Anthony Parker. This week to the outside, Turner is knocked down, and it's Seth English, who got the start at safety last time out for Navy against Tulsa and stood out well in that game.
Another one of those quick little bops, little shovel forward. The one that was dropped earlier was ruled an incomplete pass. That's a short little pass, one of the world's shortest passes.
And the quarterback gets all the yardage credit. As far as that could go.
Bounces off his hands forward to the receiver coming through.
Third down and 18. Jenkins, comeback routes. Walker well short of the first down. Bryce Allen there in coverage.
You're gonna punt here.
So the offense was lingering on the field. Finally, the punt unit for Coach Abel.
There was some thought about it, and I mean a nice play. But again, it's not hard to say what would you really talk about now after that possession, because not successful. But if you're Coach Abel, you're going to the sideline to your guys and say, look, you can't dig a hole. You can't have those pre-snap penalties. This defense is pretty good. We can't keep giving them an edge.
Chapman watches that one fly to the sideline. So some mistakes for Rice doom their first drive of the third, and now Navy 2-touchdown lead where they like to be in the second half.
Don't hurt him, Kev. All dripped up. Got the new iPhone 17 Pro, and Verizon picked up the tab on the best 5G network, baby.
No way.
It's me. Handsome and hilarious. No way. No way. I know. I'm even finer in person. Ooh. No way. Wait, it was about the iPhone? Come on.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best 5G network.
That's real nice.
At Doth's, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough. So they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you order a special delivery.
That seems like a lot.
They're really good. Doth's, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
When investing leads to questions, JP Morgan Wealth Management has powerful tools, research from expert analysts, and a single view of your banking and investing accounts right in the Chase mobile app. When you want to take control of your financial future, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
If your grandpa wears one of these, if your husband wears these on the weekend, if your mom wore this, or if your wife wears this, you can count on USAA, membership for the spouses, kids, and then grandkids of those who served. Count on us. Count on USAA. See if you can join USAA today.
Look at the celebrated history. The Commander-in-Chief's trophy is brought to you by Bud Light. Last season in Colorado Springs, it was Navy that jumped out to an early lead over Air Force. This Nathan Kent 34-yard touchdown run. Midshipmen won it. Their first road game against Air Force since 2012. They'll go head-to-head again next week, starting at noon Eastern on CBS and Paramount Plus. That is an early start time for Air Force traveling. They're heading over to Navy to play this game. You can see the head-to-head. Navy make that Air Force in their last game on CBS Sports Network against Boise State. Had trouble stopping the run. Chapman to the outside on first down. And Fort Lauderdale, Florida product senior. Ty Morris runs him out of bounds. There is a penalty marker back near the 20.
A little early movement.
Yep.
That's penalty number 8. Tell you what, you're starting to get into that territory of
holding. Offense number 68. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Ben Purvis.
Big left guard for Navy. He gets out and he moves a little bit. Gets a block on the linebacker, and as the linebacker's getting away, just gets a little tug on him. The official's right there.
They have 65 penalty yards. It's been the only negative for Coach Newberry's team. Horvath floats, Heidenreich stays in, turns up the field. First down for Navy after the first and long. Clay Wyatt finally ran down Heidenreich.
What a great weapon, having a versatility of a Heidenreich, a guy that's been a quarterback, been a running back, played a lot of positions, played a little wide receiver in high school. But he has the ability at this level to still get out there and function as a wide receiver on the outside.
It's a fantastic weapon. Part of the experienced group of playmakers. Whether it's him, Chapman, Heidenreich, or Teska. Guards pull to the left where the run goes. And Teska to the 42. Wyatt put a stop to that. He was the team's leading tackler, Clay Wyatt, back in 2023, but he was injured all of last season. It's just a 2-touchdown margin. Just feels much larger as Navy has dominated the line of scrimmage on each side. Extended mesh point handoff. Horvath decided to keep it, danced around, not much room. Armed Forces football proudly supported by Bud Light. Third down for Navy.
Ty Morris, the outside backer, for Rice is a guy that Navy's had to deal with all day long, and he's doing a nice job in there. You're not noticing him making a lot of tackles, but when plays get stopped, he's had a great part of what the reason that's been stopped. I know he and Boners inside are the two guys they talked about as having NFL potential.
To the air on third, it's a screen. Zeska, leading receiver so far in this game, has more and has the first down. Stumbles just outside the 40. Alex Teska keeps the drive alive.
Watch the job that he does, Teska, and he just squeezes through. I mean, not a bad hit. Horvath holds it the right amount, but it ends up being a glancing blow. I love the way that Teska, he splits tacklers so well. And if you get a shot on him, you better take it, because he doesn't take a lot of solid head-on hits.
Over $150 in total yards in this game. Horvath intercepted. It's picked off by Blake Wyatt, who's had a strong drive for Rice, making tackles and now makes the pick. And Rice is in business. A defensive play when they needed it.
Well, if you hear the term ill-advised, well, this is an ill-advised pass by Blake Horvath. Linebackers underneath, doesn't have enough air on it. Passes in the middle without enough air, they're called interceptions.
Influencers aren't new.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
In 1941, Jeep wrote the book on four-wheel drive.
Years later, the Jeep brand is still influencing. Some create trends, we create our own trail. Some send a smiling emoji, we smile for real.
Don't call it a comeback.
Jeep, there's only one.
Right now, during the Jeep Drive into Fall event, purchase and get 0% financing for 60 months on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Hurry, this great offer ends September 30th.
At Ameriprise Financial, we know our clients are so much more than clients. They're go-getters and legacy leavers. And what matters most to them matters most to us. It's no wonder we have a 4.9 out of 5 client satisfaction rating. Ameriprise Financial.
At Dots, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough, so they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you build an all-pretzel pantry with a biometric security system. Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like men over 40 everywhere. These guys experience a drop in testosterone. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. Some guys took my advice about how to boost their testosterone, and some didn't. This guy got the message loud and clear.
That's right, Nugenix Total T2. From the #1 selling testosterone brand at GNC and Walmart, Nugenix Total T2, packed with even more man-boosting power. It's the next generation testosterone booster that sends nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours. Feel leaner, stronger, and ready for anything with more energy and drive. Get your complimentary bottle by texting MUG to 231-231.
Thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
New T2 is not available in stores or on Amazon. Get your complimentary bottle now. Text MUG to 231-231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X absolutely free.
I won this skydiving package on Deal Dash.
Lori won $2,000 Tiffany earrings for just $1, and Joseph won an iPad for just $6. There's millions of fast auctions. So try today at DealDash.com for $50 of free credit and your first win guaranteed.
Bamboo HR is easy for everyone.
What about a hospital that needs employee data, benefits, and payroll all in the same place?
Yes, it all works together with surgical precision.
Easy starts at BambooHR.com.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. By Ram Trucks. Nothing stops Ram. And by today's military.
The former Eugene Emerald back in the Northwest League. Guess if somebody's done minor league baseball in that area of the country. I love that connection. Scott Abel was selected in the 1992 draft by the Kansas City Royals. Played a couple years of minor league ball. His defense just got an interception, their biggest play of the afternoon. Play Wyatt. Let's see his resume to this point, the winningest coach in Davidson history. That's such a tough job. Both of his prior stops, not used to winning, and he provided this gun option offense that's led to W's. Can he do it at Rice? Off to their best start since 2001. Jenkins hunting deep. The adjustment and incomplete. Testing the air. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Samaj Pierre, the true freshman, was the intended receiver.
Well, Jenkins took a pretty good shot. And Pierre landed on the ball, but there's the hit. Landon Robinson coming in and delivering a little shoulder into the breadbasket, also known as ribs.
And, he's known for lifting some heavy weights, Landon Robinson, so that force is heavy. This is DeAndre Hardiman on 3rd down and 2, and he is short.
Don't think so, yep.
Hardiman, who's a true freshman, got the high leverage carry. Seth English stopped it, and now it's 4th and 1.
You go for it here. This is not a huge debate. You get up on the line of scrimmage, you try to get him to jump off. Barring that, test the inside defense.
Hardiman still the running back. Now Tyson Thompson coming near the quarterback to hear the signal.
Almost a 4-3 look. Dual defensive tackles.
On 4th. Hardiman first down, nearly surged through. Bear hugged down by Mark Anthony Parker. It is a 4th down conversion on the possession after the Horvath INT.
Nice job inside. Bledsoe did a really nice job. Long did a nice job at right guard.
Hardiman, no gain.
And the reason there's no gain is, as we've seen on several occasions, Navy's defense was able to meet and greet that play on their side, on the Rice side of the line of scrimmage.
It just shows you the impact that Landon Robinson has on the game.
Oh, he does. I mean, you look at what that defense can do in the middle between Robinson, Willis, Parker.
Option near side, and Jenkins keeps. He had Thompson as an option to pitch. Upended at the 44-yard line. Ira Oniha on the tackle.
Nice job, Oniha on the outside. Coming in, really nice tackle. Getting a little assist coming from the inside. But Oniha, we talked to him the other day. What a great kid. One of quadruplets? He's the first quadruplet I've ever met.
On 3rd down and 6, movement before the play.
Full start. The entire left side except the center. Offense. Flag penalty. 3rd down.
See now, watch the center. He does not move. You know why he doesn't move? He's the only one who didn't have the snap count. Everybody else was going on 2. It was snapped on 3.
And the announcement is made, everybody but the center. You know, probably the center at 4. So that turns down to 3rd and 6, which is the area that Rice wants, to a 3rd and 11, which makes them uncomfortable. Bottom of the nation in passing coming into this week.
Great screen team.
Jenkins completes Walker. It's forward progress.
Should be right there.
Right at the sticks. They give him enough for the 1st down.
Yep, really nice job. Nice job by Jenkins. Look at the protection. It holds up, and he just zips that thing in. And luckily for him, Walter falls forward. Kind of cost him a few shots in the kidneys, but he still fell forward.
Just enough to get the 1st. This has been the drive of DeAndre Hardiman Jr. Seth English on the stop. Hardiman Jr. His dad was a great running back at Texas A&M. Somebody that Coach Abel said really wanted to get involved this week. Tries to bounce outside, and English again. Form tackle. Forward progress at the 33.
Now there's a great example. If you have a young man who plays running back in your family, all the yards they've been gaining going north and south go north and south. You start going east and west, you're playing right into the defense's hands, and you're going to run right into the pursuit.
And English was all over it. Quentin Jackson comes in. Now running back on 3rd and 5. Jackson gets the handoff, slithers through, needs the 29 and gets there.
I think he got it.
Again, it'll depend on the spot. The official on the near side signaling 4th down. And that's indeed the case, 4th and 1.
But I tell you, what unusual power. 5'7", 160. He just squirts through. He gets a little crack. And for Coach Abel, he can go through there and get it.
Or do you give it to him here on 4th?
Well, what they've usually done is they brought in Alexander, who's 5'10", 215, more of a power runner in these situations.
Timeout Rice before 4th and 1.
I mean, the only other viable runner you have is Chase Jenkins, but Jenkins has taken a pretty good amount of shots today. I don't know how much more you want him being hit.
This right here could flip the game. This is one of the most sustained drives that Rice has had all game, and it's come off the interception thrown by Horvath. You convert this, you're in striking distance, and as lopsided as this game is felt in favor of Navy, just a 2-score game. You can see Rice trying to do a lot of things for the first time in a long time. Yeah. Whether it's 3-0 on the road, whether it's a 4-1 start for the first time since 2001.
It's part of the challenge of Coach Abel taking this job and trying to do this at Rice. Not the easiest place to win, but he's won a place that were harder to win.
That feeling to get to 4-1, they'll have to convert this 4th and 1.
Sometimes you have to be able to impose your will.
They impose with Jackson. Just so shifty, almost gets lost in the line of scrimmage. Powers through and has the first.
How about how fast he hits the line of scrimmage? Watch how low he is. I mean, he's running out over he's not even over his pads. He's running at about a 45-degree angle.
So, you need him to raise his hand to see him in the pile there as he slides through for a couple of firsts.
That's the whole idea. You get a guy that's 5'7", 160, he gets that forward lean, and he's as quick as he is. He is, well, for two things. He isn't in the hole long, and he doesn't take long to get through it and out into the defensive backfield.
He was a great kick returner the last couple of years. Now as a feature back. Gets the carry again to the 20. Of course, last year, Rice's running back, Dean Collins, transferred to Houston. Saw them yesterday, Houston against Oregon State in a wild game late night. Houston survived. 3rd down and 4 with 2:30 left in the 3rd.
Job Grant at linebacker did a nice job there, meeting that run in the hole and pushing it back into the backfield. One of the first runs they've had on this drive where there hasn't been room to move inside.
Who will win the line of scrimmage on 3rd down?
Not the guy that moves first.
And back goes Rice.
Full start. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Most experienced lineman, John Long.
Like both these coaching staffs spend a lot of time talking about how intelligent their kids are, what high character people their kids are. So that's what makes it even the more surprising when you get this many pre-snap penalties between Rice and Navy in not even 3/4 of a game.
It's been sloppy in that category. 3rd down and 9. Make the pitch. Jenkins tiptoes. Is upended at the 15, but that should be enough for the 1st down.
It's going to be on the 24-yard line, so that's enough for a first. You think Jenkins is quick at all? He makes that decision. He puts that foot in the ground. How about how fast he goes right there? That foot went in the ground. He went north and south. That's not going east and west. That's going north and south and getting positive yards.
Had a similar run at this part of the field against Charlotte last week in his touchdown. Turner orbit motion, but instead Hardiman is blocked. Parker again on the tackle.
Parker coming from that linebacker position. You got Paris on the outside, Parker lining up on inside of him, and he just crashed. And took out the upper body. That was a beautiful tackle.
It's back-to-back games with 11 tackles for Mark Anthony Parker, tying that career high, first-year starter. Late third quarter. Best drive of the game for Rice. Can they keep it going? Jenkins looks in the air, scrambles near side, off balance, floats out of bounds. With Drayden Dickman, the intended receiver.
Yeah, I mean, you want a touchdown here. You got that turnover. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you're thinking you're not thinking field goal here. That's what makes that play so smart, to evade that rush, get away where you can actually throw the ball out and live to play another play or 2 to get these 11 yards to keep this drive going.
Coming up on play 17. A handful of 4th down conversions already on this drive. This is 3rd and 11. Needing to get to the 6. Jenkins hit as he throws. Fade ball backside and incomplete. Again, Dickman was the receiver, and now it's 4th down, and the field goal unit coming in for Rice.
Jenkins paid the price, though, because Luke Paris came off the edge with the pressure, and he still managed to put that on the fingertips of his receiver.
So you said that at this point, when you're down 14, I think those touchdowns valuable, but with it being 4th and 11, not much of a passing attack.
Yeah, I think you have to do this. If you cut it in half, you go for it.
And Goda is good. So 35-yard field goal to get Rice on the board for the first time this afternoon. Navy's defense gets the stop on their own end. 14-3. Navy still in control.
Introducing the Acura ADX. Take your vibes on go.
Hey Google, turn it up.
Take your vibes on go. The all-new Acura ADX. Crafted to match your energy. Take your vibes on go.
Visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on a new vehicle.
At Dots, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough. So they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you order a special delivery.
That seems like a lot.
They're really good. Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
Dan loves football, and Dan is about to love it even more because his friends just showed him how to make picks and win money on Underdog. Dan loves how easy it is to play on Underdog. He just picks higher or lower on his favorite players and cha-ching, he's in the game. And when he gets it right, Dan could win up to 5,000 times his money. Already a pro. That's so Dan. New customers play $5 and get $100 in bonus credits instantly. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Where's the beer guy?
Bud Light here?
Bud Light here!
Bud Light here?
Bud Light where?
Bud Light here! I missed that because of you.
Hey, got your Bud Light.
Oh, nice. Never mind. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light.
I'm not really one for the spotlight, but there is some gravy to be had. You know, I always seem to get primo parking. But you don't have to be a VIP to get more than just savings with Geico. Every customer gets tip-top service with 24/7 fast, friendly claim support.
I never do this, but could I get a picture?
Yeah, it's not like you run into animal celebrities every day.
Stop! It's Doug the Pug! Doug!
I stand corrected.
I literally never do this.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
In today's installment of Game Day Traditions, we look at the Navy Brigade. Each home game, the midshipmen march from the academy through downtown Annapolis to the stadium, and the route typically follows Main Street and College Avenue. Once here, they route their mids on to Victory, another tradition that makes Game Day in Annapolis so special.
It is really one of the coolest sights that you'll see anywhere in college football, from the walk through the city all the way to those seats.
And they got kind of the rain jackets on, the dark blue rain jackets, probably starting another week or two. Instead of being in all white, they'll be in all blue.
Got to keep up with the fashion trends?
Yeah, I don't think it's got anything to do with Labor Day.
Okay. The white after Labor Day, they're already breaking that rule. Through the end zone and the 25-yard line for Navy. Catch more college football tonight on CBS Sports Network. Washington State takes on Colorado State. That's 7:30 Eastern. Jackson Brousseau will get the start for Colorado State for the first time this season. Of course, Washington State coming off the Apple Cup loss on CBS to Washington.
Just last year, they had John Mateer lighting things up there in Pullman.
Fortunate injury in Oklahoma.
He'll be out for a couple weeks. Kind of throws that whole Heisman race into turmoil.
Now Horvath back out there after throwing an interception on the last drive. Heidenreich off the pitch. Tries to sneak towards the 30 and stays alive to the 31. Heidenreich, a magician. And Marcus Williams makes the stop.
Those feet never stop moving. The knees are churning, the feet are churning, and he's spinning ever forward.
Sweet feet. Well, his buddy from Pittsburgh, Teska, is a DJ. Or likes to think he is. Heidenreich can dance along. The Pals going back to first grade. And a 3 here in Annapolis.
If you're a pro, you know top quality Behr paint and Kills Primer are available exclusively at the Home Depot. You know that now there's only one place to get the best value, service, and durability you expect from brands you trust. If you're a pro, you know.
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. So get out there, take your swing, rev your engines and let freedom ring, and never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
During the Ram Drive into Fall event, get 10% below MSRP, plus $2,000 bonus cash on select 2025 Ram 1500 models in dealer inventory, or get 0% financing for 72 months.
When investing leads to questions, JP Morgan Wealth Management has powerful tools, research from expert analysts, and a single view of your banking and investing accounts right in the Chase mobile app. When you want to take control of your financial future, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
If you're making a to-do list today, make it easy on yourself. Just write down Reese's, then write down eat them, and then you're kind of done for the day.
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like men over 40 everywhere. These guys experience a drop in testosterone. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. Some guys took my advice about how to boost their testosterone, and some didn't. This guy got the message loud and clear.
That's right, Nugenix Total T2. From the #1 selling testosterone brand at GNC and Walmart, Nugenix Total T2, packed with even more man-boosting power. It's the next generation testosterone booster that sends nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours. Feel leaner, stronger, and ready for anything with more energy and drive. Get your complimentary bottle by texting MUG to 231231.
Thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
New T2 is not available in stores or on Amazon. Get your complimentary bottle now. Text MUG to 231231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X absolutely free.
Oh my God, I won. Guys, I just saw someone win an iPad for under $10.
I got this amazing Japanese knife set for just 75 cents.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
There's millions of fast auctions and always something to win on DealDash.com. And today, new users get a $50 bonus credit. Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you'll save.
And shipping is always free.
The sights and sounds of a Saturday in Annapolis, and we've reached the fourth quarter. Navy leads, and Brings up the note, longest active win streaks when leading after 3 quarters at home. Ohio, earlier today on CBS Sports Network, increased their streak to 73. Navy trying to increase theirs to 75. On 2nd and 4. Teska to the 35-yard line.
And those teams that are that high on that list, it's a product of something very simple. They have systems and coaches that love to deal with the clock, that love to run the ball, that love to just sort of extinguish hope. And that's what these offenses can do. You start the 4th quarter like this, in this situation, ideally, you get this first down, you keep getting first downs, you add a score, that's how you put a team away.
Randy, we're getting towards October, and the baseball fans know that in October, it's valuable to have that closer, right? You want to make sure when you have the lead late, you secure that victory, and that's what those teams on the list have. They have the system of a closer.
Yeah, the option is the closer. It really is, and that's the offensive line. We've talked about it's been a group that they have started a lot of different people. They have some youth up front, but all their experience, all their skill players are predominantly seniors.
Teska is now over the century mark in this game, over 100 yards on the ground. And in his receiving total, he's over 160. Horvath has an open receiver, Hutchison. Tiptoes along the sideline. Luke Hutchison, another big play. He's had touchdowns and now 3 straight games.
Yeah, don't discount. That's a pretty tough throw. You're running full speed to your right. You're throwing the ball to a crossing receiver near the sideline. That's a pretty nice pass for an option quarterback.
34 yards. And then the time continues to march off. Teska off right side. And as Brian Newberry and Drew Cronick's team, they'll start to look at that play clock a little bit more. But that is a sign or a sight that Navy fans do not want to see is Teska.
Timeout for injured offensive player. Timeout on the field.
The physical, tough running back from Pittsburgh is still down. Step aside as they check on Teska here in Annapolis.
At FanDuel, we know how great it is to celebrate a win. And we want everyone to celebrate this NFL season. That's why we're giving away over $1 million in prizes with FanDuel free-to-play games. So lace up those dancing shoes. Because with FanDuel, you can feel like a winner after every play. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking about our honeymoon. What about Africa, safari, swim with elephants, hot air balloon rides, lions growling in the giraffes that come in through your window?
Wait, can we afford a safari? Great question. Like everything, takes a little planning.
Or put the money towards a down payment?
With enough room for a baby?
Babies.
Baby.
Let's take a look at those scenarios.
JP Morgan Wealth Management has advisors in Chase branches and tools like Wealth Plan to help keep you on track. When you're planning for it all, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Hey, be willing to show up for a veteran. Be willing to trust your gut, follow your heart, and take a risk. Be willing to sit without saying a word, without checking the time. Be the one who's willing to ask, to guess wrong, to even offend another, to keep them safe, to remind them that they are valuable. If you know a veteran, be the one to reach out and make them a part of your life.
All right, team, let's review. USAA membership is open to...
My dad is a veteran who joined, so my mom can join.
That's right, Haley.
Same here, which means I can join too. Which means I joined thanks to my grandpa. He joined and passed membership to my mom, who passed it to me. Are you eligible, Coach Gronk?
It's complicated.
That means no.
USAA. Become a member today.
Taking a look at Eli Heidenreich. His longtime buddy Teska was injured on the last play, and Heidenreich was right involved.
Yeah, I mean, check out Heidenreich. He's right here. Look at that ankle. So it was almost a 2-for-1. Almost got two of the Pittsburgh boys on the same play. Teska looked like he might have just kind of gotten tweaked from the standpoint of getting the wind knocked out of him a little bit on that hit.
Like those guys might have had wrestling matches in that position and lunch in high school in the cafeteria. So with Teska on the sideline, 2nd down and 8, Navy in plus territory. Horvath rolls out, eyes down the field, and throws it away. Stops the clock, 12:47 to go, 3rd down and 8 upcoming.
Yeah, no choice, really. He had to do that, had so much penetration. A lot of these passing plays are born of sort of a misdirection, which is going to give your quarterback a little extra time. And Brian Newberry's quarterback, Horvath, there did not have that extra time because the misdirection didn't fool many defenders, and he was pressured right away.
If you're just joining us, Navy got the scoring started in the first quarter with a 14-play drive. They scored the 2 touchdowns in the first half before a 3rd quarter field goal for Rice ended their scoring drought. With 1 on the play clock, 3rd and 8, and the center didn't snap it.
That's another one on the center.
Seen a lot of Charles Lamartina today, more than we would have thought. These two usually disciplined teams going head-to-head here in college football week 5. A lot of time.
It's been crazy how many pre-snap penalties Brian Newberry's team has had. You know, if indeed they win this, if they close this drive out, they get points, they're going to look at this game and look back and go, you know what, we play like this against some of these other teams on our schedule, we're going to get smoked.
Full start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Right tackle. First motion was out of the right tackle.
Almost curious as to what took so long to get that call. Really.
That's the problem with being an offensive lineman up front and something like that happens. Somebody's getting blamed. You just got to hope it wasn't you.
Somebody's getting their name or number called. Horvath on 3rd. Scrambles near side. He has space up the field and 1st down. Yardage takes a big hit by the sideline. Williams delivered the hammer. Horvath doesn't mind. Skips back up with a new set of downs for the midshipmen.
Setting up a big 3rd down. Nice scramble by Horvath. Lowers his shoulder. You lower your shoulder and the other guy says, okay, I'll do that.
We said earlier on, his favorite runs are between the tackles. He's not afraid of physicality.
He does not avoid hits. That's a great example. Now, we talked about that earlier in the year. I'll avoid the unnecessary hits.
Horvath jukes between the hash marks. Gains about 1. Andrew Alway on the tackle. So here's that hit.
Williams meets him lower. Low man wins. Horvath thought he was low. Williams was low.
You can see their eyes meeting. Like, no, both of them know, all right, this is coming.
One of us is going to enjoy this.
Jackson Gutierrez getting some run at the running back position. He is listed as the 3rd quarterback and the 2nd running back.
But he runs like a running back. He runs like a fullback inside.
On 2nd and 8, he's leading away for Horvath. Upended at the 2. Again, he meets Williams. Those guys have become very familiar with each other. It's 1st and goal, Navy, with a chance to put this one on ice.
Little extracurricular activity there in the end zone. That's what that reaction was. Great blocking down the field.
We said at the top, this game will have an academy game-like feel. We mentioned it more in terms of the styles of play, but as you get late in the game, emotions start to get involved.
10:49 left, 10:47. This is a closer. This is a closer move by a football team trying to put another one away in the 4th quarter.
Horvath draw, outside, all alone, coasting, close the door. Navy touchdown.
So 9 plays, 75 yards, putting their third touchdown on the board.
Horvath, second time running it in.
Navy still about 110 yards short of their average on the year at 264 yards rushing, but very effective so far.
Blake Banish, Rice nose tackle, needed to be assisted to the sideline. One of the standouts on this defense.
Yeah, he's got the size and the speed to be an impact player that'll have a chance to maybe play on the next level. Everybody's looking for a 340-pound active defensive tackle.
When we were talking to Scott Abel, was just raving about Banish. You brought up the NFL future. He said also on the scouting report is his fantastic hair. It's like, that has to be mentioned when you talk about Banish.
Or as he was credited with quite the flow.
The flow. You got to say it in your 2025 way. You know all about great flow.
I can relate.
What to say?
I'm an old fart, but mine flows.
Need to get tips.
It ain't flowing out. That's all I know.
I was like, you've been able to have it and maintain it through the years, which is what I need to learn as I move along. Extra point, Kurtwood, good. And Blake Horvath. It's been another signature performance for Navy's QB.
Introducing the Acura ADX. Take your vibes on go.
Hey Google, turn it up.
Take your vibes on go. The all-new Acura ADX. Crafted to match your energy. Take your vibes on go.
Visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on a new vehicle.
The fact that this Reese's ad showed up at this exact moment proves that your devices are listening to your stomach.
At Ameriprise Financial, we know our clients are so much more than clients. They're conquerors and champions. And what matters most to them matters most to us. It's no wonder we have a 4.9 out of 5 client satisfaction rating. Ameriprise Financial.
This is Rachel. She just started college a week ago, and she's already homesick. Google can't turn Indiana into Arizona, but it can help.
My dorm room is bleak. What are some things I can do to help it feel Southwestern desert, but cute, not cheesy?
Brightening up your room won't fix everything.
Ooh.
But when you need your home away from home to feel just a little more like home, just ask Google.
I'm stumped. Friendly insurance lizard, first letter G. Geppetto?
Come on, you just switched to Geico for car insurance? They knew exactly what you needed?
The friendly people at Geico weren't lizards.
Think European accent, yay big.
Napoleon?
No.
Not even a lizard.
Maybe I can help. No way, it's the Geico Gecko. This guy knows crosswords.
64 across is quibble.
Thank you.
Get more support.
Is that how you spell fracascia?
Get more with Geico.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Acura. Precision crafted performance. By Kubota, your compact equipment provider. And by Fresh Pet. It's not dog food, it's food.
Just love games like this. The rain adding to the visuals, the hard hits, the physicality, creativity in the ground game, and the full recipe. 2 option teams going head-to-head early in the American Conference season. Tyson Thompson for Rice along the far sideline, his best return so far this afternoon, past the 40-yard line, as we revisit our keys to the game that were brought to you by Fresh Pet.
Hey, you see what they've done so far running the ball, and they haven't been able to do that, and they haven't screened effectively. They have only got one takeaway on that interception, and Navy's dominated on third down. Now for Navy, they have one first down, 9.4 yards average to go on third down. Rice has offensively, and but Navy's had 0 turnovers.
It's interesting when we were talking this week about what are the keys for both of these teams, and we were discussing if it is an advantage for both of these defenses that they're facing an offense that's similar to their own.
Yeah, that's my first instinct. When Michael Pittman, our producer, said I need the keys to the game, my first instinct was to go, well, they're option teams. I should list like 4 things, and whoever actually does them is going to be the one to win, because they're all going to want to do the same things. Yeah. They are very close to being the same. You can tell the biggest difference right now is that defense is a little more physical for Brian Newberry's Navy team, and as a team, they throw the ball more effectively.
Jenkins slides away and has the first down, one of his best runs, as he's tackled at the 40 by Bryce Allen. And to that point, for Navy, this is the second year of Drew Cronick's offense. For Rice, this is just the 5th game overall of Scott Abels.
And you talk about the decision-making process that Scott Abel talked about with Jenkins. And Jenkins, that ball, that last foot hit the ground on his drop, bang, he recognized I can run and I can get good yards. Good decision.
Jenkins, deep ball. Drayden Dickman with a penalty marker. In a way, that's an and 1. Count it, and a foul.
Yeah, that's definitely pass interference. And that is beautiful concentration by Dickman. And he was doing it while he's being draped all over and falling to the ground.
Number 29. The penalty is declined. Result of the play. First down.
See, there's Allen in the drape part. But look at that concentration by Dickman.
My favorite part about that is for Allen, they announced 29. He's number 28, so he can pretend that penalty wasn't on him.
He's got no problem with that.
The previous play of a completed pass is under further review.
They're trying to determine if he actually possessed the ball all the way through the trip to the ground. It sure looked like, remember earlier Chapman made that catch where he kind of curled and possessed the ball and used his body to protect the ball? Is this the same thing? Does the ball move? I don't think so. Does the ball, he's definitely possessing it. He's being held like crazy. He catches it, he's got it. Now remember, in replay, you have to have something definitive to overturn. You decide at home, is that definitive that the ball moved and it wasn't a catch? You couldn't even see the ball for at least 2/3 of that catch. I think he had it the whole time. There it is again.
I'm with you, partner.
Yeah, Allen didn't appreciate the point towards the end zone, but I think Dickman did a really nice job of catching that and possessing it through the catch.
Somebody who's becoming quickly Jenkins' favorite target in the passing game. Elite speed showcased there, and you had to commit a penalty to just hold on.
He's got it. It's not on the ground. That's a catch. There is nothing that screams at you, you got to overturn that play. I say absolutely positive, which probably means it's no catch.
Further review, the ruling on field is upheld. First down.
Of course, the language upheld. That's what you get this year in college football. No longer confirmed or stands. Upheld is the language. Sets up 1st and goal. Longest catch of the season for Drayden Dickman.
Look up the word semantics.
I mean, I love how a lot of broadcasts do mention that whenever you hear that term upheld, and it's, like what really is the difference? You don't need to get that language to confirm it. Upheld is just good enough.
Very important for Rice, though. Finish this drive off and do it running the ball.
Running it with a quarterback, Jenkins. QB is a change of pace guy in 2022. Been playing the next couple years at quarterback. Last year in the spring, changed to receiver, played in 2 games. Injured his throwing shoulder, and ironically, when Scott Abel came in to be the coach at the end of last season, one of his first conversations was to Jenkins, saying, hey, how about moving the quarterback? Would you like that? Jenkins had just a huge smile on his face. Of course. Keeps it here. Jenkins on the doorstep. Clank.
Down to about the 2-yard line.
We're on the tackle with 8:20 left in the fourth.
Going to set up a 3rd and 2. Not to overstate the obvious, but you do have 2 plays to score here. You're not worried about kicking field goals. A field goal doesn't get you within 2 scores. A touchdown does get you within 2 scores.
On 3rd and goal, everybody near the line of scrimmage. Flip it, it's there for Dickman, but he's chased down. Justin Ross with the wheels to get the track star, Dickman. What a play of pursuit by Ross, and it's 4th and goal.
Coming from the outside, somebody's got to force. Somebody's got to make the quarterback pitch the ball. Watch the contact. Jenkins gets smacked. Dickman's trying to get that ball that was pitched out to him, but the defense is ready. There's contain on the outside, and there's pursuit coming from the inside just in case. That was some really nice defense setting up this 4th down.
Well, field goal does make it a touchdown and a touchdown 2-point conversion, but they're going for the touchdown here. You're at the 3-yard line. Jenkins out pattern. There it is. Touchdown. He finally gets Dickman into the end zone.
That's complete to Dickman. Touchdown. Rice.
The 3rd touchdown pass of the season for Chase Jenkins.
Nice job by Jenkins. A lot of timing to this. Dickman catches it.
Rolling on the field is a touchdown. That play is under further review.
Now remember everything Randy just said about 4 minutes ago through the catch of the process, holding on to the ground.
Possessing the ball through the catch. Yeah, and where was the ball? That's something you're going to have to look at from the side. Is it a score? Well, it's definitely a score. Now, is it a catch? Remember the one last night? We're talking about the Florida State game. That ball was bobbled through the end zone and not possessed till he was out of bounds. Now, does Dickman get the ball? Does he possess it when he scores with it? It's moving there. I don't know.
It is eerie how close the mechanics are to the one that we did see yesterday with Florida State, where where is the established possession in the process of the catch, and are you still in bounds when that's the case?
It's a matter too of what's your criteria. Does it have to be possessed by 2 hands, or can you have it with an arm pressing it against your chest? Because Dickman gets this ball, his knee is down there, but by the time his knee is down, it scores. The ball does move, but look at both hands. He's got that ball. That's a touchdown. Did it move at all when he hit the ground? Yeah, but he had it with both hands as it kind of rotated.
After further review, the rolling on the field is upheld. Touchdown.
Drayden Dickman's like, man, when I catch a ball, can we just move on to the next? Every time I catch the ball, we got to take another look at it.
That's right.
That time it is established
now the question,
as a catch.
after you close this to 11 points, do you kick it deep? Do you pooch it? Do you onside with 7 seconds left? Or do you put it in your defense's lap?
The options for Coach Abel. Pagoda's extra point. An 11-point game. Drayden Dickman, sprinter on the track team. He was 6th in the American Conference in the 100-meter championships. So we know he has speed, showed it there, burning the defensive back, and then gets separation for 6. Rice trying to fire back.
When investing leads to questions, JP Morgan Wealth Management has powerful tools, research from expert analysts, and a single view of your banking and investing accounts right in the Chase mobile app. When you want to take control of your financial future, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
If the peanut butter in a Reese's could talk to the chocolate, what would it say? You complete me. Should we start a podcast? Who does your ridges?
Hello, welcome to T-Town. Like men over 40 everywhere. These guys experience a drop in testosterone. Don't worry, it happens to all of us. Some guys took my advice about how to boost their testosterone, and some didn't. This guy got the message loud and clear.
That's right, Nugenix Total T2.
From the #1 selling testosterone brand at GNC and Walmart, Nugenix Total T2, packed with even more man-boosting power. It's the next generation testosterone booster that sends nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours. Feel leaner, stronger, and ready for anything with more energy and drive. Get your complimentary bottle by texting MUG to 231-231.
Thanks. It'll make you feel like a new man. And by the way, she'll like it too.
New T2 is not available in stores or on Amazon. Get your complimentary bottle now. Text MUG to 231-231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X absolutely free.
Oh my God, I won. Guys, I just saw someone win an iPad for under $10.
I got this amazing Japanese knife set for just 75 cents.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
There's millions of fast auctions and always something to win on DealDash.com. And today, new users get a $50 bonus credit. Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you'll save.
And shipping is always free.
Tomorrow, you can count on an NFL on CBS doubleheader delivering great early games. You have the Commanders and Falcons later. Boy, am I excited for this one. Lamar, the Ravens, Mahomes, and the Chiefs, and a gotta-have-it game for both of them.
Hey, you think?
Yeah.
One of them's going to be 1-3.
No doubt. It all begins.
That's a hole.
The NFL today, they're live in Kansas City. They know how important this is. You can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount+.
Big question is, what do you do here if you're Coach Abel? Do you onside? Do you kick regular? Doesn't take you long to figure out. Look at the way Navy's lined up. They're thinking onside or pooch kick. Their deepest man is on the 17-yard line.
Down 21-10. How does Rice approach it? They just drill it deep. Goda sends it through for a touchback. So let's check in with New York for Brent Stover with an update.
Guys, the Big Ten over on CBS. 5 to play in the fourth. Julian Sayin rolls out, hits C.J. Donaldson on the touchdown. Buckeyes lead Washington 24-6.
So, Brent, that was a slow start offensively for Ohio State, but it looks like they found their footing on CBS.
Talent has prevailed, and Ohio State is extremely talented.
Green rises. What a week of college football this is. Ranked on ranked all across the day.
Look at this formation. Got trips to the top of the screen.
Shane Reynolds in it, running back. Teska left on the last drive. Haven't seen him since. Quarterback continues to march forward. Solid gain of 7 on first down. Blake Banish, who's back in after leaving on the last possession for Rice. He makes the tackle.
The argument to onside kick on that last kickoff by Coach Abel is basically you look across the field, you know dang well there's a chance you may never see the ball again. The way this offense wants to function. They're going to let the clock run down, the play clock, go down to 1 every time. They're not going to snap it until the play clock gets down there. They're going to bleed it, and they're going to try to keep the ball for the next 6.5 minutes.
And to your point, they get this one off with exactly 1 on the play clock. Chapman before he could even get started. Banish involved in that one as well. But it's almost like the more length of the field Navy has to go is more of an advantage for them with the game situation. So drilling them deep means that they can take off more time on the clock.
If you're Banish and Rice, though, your job is pretty easy. This is about ball security for Brian Newberry's skill players, the quarterback, the receivers, the running backs. Protect the ball. If you're Banish in the defense, attack the ball. Rip that thing out. Get a turnover.
3rd and 3. Not snapping it until it's inside of 5 seconds. Horvath to Heidenreich. Turns it up the field, lowers the shoulder, and that physicality to end the run is enough for the first down. So Navy moves the chains. Porter on the tackle, and that clock will move.
A lot goes into the whole idea of killing a clock at the end of the game. Cutting inside, not getting near the sideline, not going out of bounds, not letting the clock stop. And then, like we've talked about a couple times, you concentrate on that play clock, and it's going to keep going and going, and that has to be right there near 1 before you snap the ball.
They might need a new battery for as many ticks that will go off on this drive. Inside of 5 minutes. Power run for Gutierrez. Banish again. He takes up so much room. All right, Navy schedule. We talked about their season in phases. Phase 1 was their first 3 games in the bye. This is their beginning of their second phase
and
of the season.
Phase 2 is in here. It's these 4 middle games. Then the last 5 here is going to be the championship phase, because you've got North Texas, you have Notre Dame, you got USF, you've got Memphis, and of course, as always, you've got Army. So it's chopping your season up into segments. It's not looking ahead. It's not playing them 1 game at a time, but it's a pretty realistic way of chopping your season up.
I found it interesting how Newberry phrased it. He mentioned that, like, I don't normally do that. Like, I'm more of the 1 game at a time type of coach. We don't need to break the season ahead or look that far. But he said, I feel like I have a team that's mature enough to do it. Like, we have a bunch of seniors, especially on this offensive side in the playmaker spots, that I feel like these guys are mature enough to handle that.
This team is. Last year's team proved that they weren't used to winning, and they didn't always handle the winning well. In fact, they had some games during the season. This Rice game last year was one example. I think the Tulane game last year was another example. The Notre Dame game, where they just weren't used to being a winning team. Right now, this senior class are leaders, and this team is used to being a winning team.
Gutierrez on 3rd. 46, and with 3:18 left, imagine Rice will take a timeout here. They will.
Yeah, they stopped the clock.
First charge timeout of the half.
Sets up 4th and 3.
It's a 30-second timeout.
And I'm not sure you just don't go ahead and punt here and try to pin them inside the 10 and let them deal with your defense. And here are the undefeated teams in the American. North Texas did pull off the win. Memphis, how about Memphis beating Arkansas last week? That was a big win.
That was a thriller.
And these midshipmen got a good chance now of being 4-0. And at this rate, without a significant stumble by these 3 teams, they're going to kind of knock each other off or get a chance at each other. But the playoff spot might go to the American this year and not go to the Mountain West.
It's been a great non-conference part of the year for the American. USF involved in that. I know they have a loss, so they're not on the undefeated graphic, but they've had some great wins. Should mention with North Texas, want to say they're 5-0 for the first time since 1959.
So they're due?
Yeah, it was about time. They're 5-0, but no, credit to them. And Washington State next on our air. They took it to Washington State earlier this season. What a punt! That nearly closed. Did that land?
He did it.
Or no? If not, boy, was that brilliant.
It was snatched and knocked back.
Oh, they're saying touchback.
Oh, it looked like he got it. It looked like the ball bounced in the field of play.
Because that would have been on every special teams reel. Every punter across the country would have been fired up about that.
Well, that's one reason they're so excited about their punters. He can do stuff like this.
Oh my! What a goal!
The U.S. Open Cup Final on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount+.
The Military Star Card is the one card for your military lifestyle, serving active duty, veterans, and DoD civilians. Use the Military Star Card to access your exchange shopping benefit throughout your installation. With a low APR, you save with exclusive discounts, offers, and rewards. Plus, 100% of exchange earnings support the military community. The Military Star Card. Add it to your mobile wallet today. Visit myecp.com to learn more.
So our wedding's in a couple of weeks. I've been thinking things over. I just needed to tell you this face to face.
Oh, don't say it.
You're gonna be eligible to become a member of Navy Federal Credit Union because I'm an Air Force veteran. My whole family can join, and you could get unlimited 2% cash back with the Cash Rewards Plus card. I know this is a lot.
Ha! Wow. All veterans and their families can join. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a groundskeeper, a landscaper. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get more out of it.
This is the heartbeat of English soccer. Fans with undying loyalty and iconic owners with premier-level dreams. Where one season decides who rises and who falls. The EFL on CBS Sports Network and streaming on Paramount+.
Time now for the Geico play of the game. Alliteration time. Chapman catch.
Yeah, it happened early, but it was pivotal because it really gave this Navy offense confidence in life and led to part of a 14-0 lead.
Had a couple of highlight grabs at home this year. Had a diving catch against UAB early in that game. One-handed that.
And Dickman just had a couple of fine catches for Rice on that last possession.
So they deemed a touchback off of what was nearly a stunning punt by Carlson. So trading Dickman to the sideline on first down. Rice down by 11, 3 minutes left. They have only one timeout, and this is a team that is at the bottom of the country in passing per game.
Yeah, they average 77 yards a game passing.
Jenkins at 79 in this game, but you take away the sack yards right here. This has altered his rushing total as Willis comes in for the sack there, and it's third down.
Willis inside kind of gets the cleanup after Paris comes around the outside. Quarterback steps up.
Clock moving towards the 2-minute timeout. Rice with one timeout of their own. A lot of deep routes, so the players have to hustle back to the line, and then they get reset before this third down and 8. Quick throw to the outside. Shuffle of the feet as McShann makes the tackle.
That'll be a first down. I will say the reason these guys are such a good screen team is they really do well after the catch.
A lot of short passes in the offense of Scott Abel. Now they need to move the ball down the field. 2-minute timeout in Annapolis.
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. So get out there, take your swing, rev your engines and let freedom ring, and never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
During the Ram Drive into Fall event, get 10% below MSRP, plus $2,000 bonus cash on select 2025 Ram 1500 models in dealer inventory, or get 0% financing for 72 months.
Hey, my treat today.
I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
If you're making a to-do list today, make it easy on yourself. Just write down Reese's, then write down eat them, and then you're kind of done for the day.
If you keep making that face, it's gonna stay like that.
Funny. I'm trying to get my own car insurance.
Well, that's easy. USAA.
I thought that was for the military.
And their families. Grandpa served and he joined USAA. He shared membership with your mom, so she'll give it to you.
Really?
And they'll take good care of you.
USAA. Members who switch saved an average of $840 annually on auto insurance.
Coming up next, head to the studio for Inside College Football Crew. They'll break down today's action from the gridiron right here on CBS Sports Network. But also give a shout to our college football pregame crew on CBS Sports HQ. They do a great job. Love the show this year. Emily Proud's the host. And get you ready for all the action throughout the day. All right, Rice, after the 2-minute timeout, it's not a team that's prolific passing at all. They're bottom of the country in passing. They need to move the ball, they need to move it quickly. Down by 2 possessions, a throw across the middle. Drayden Dickman slides well short of the ball. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
And it's one of the things you have to think about, even if you're not so much Rice, but also Navy. Navy's thrown the ball 13 times today, and I guess at times you probably might have thought, why are they throwing so much? They have to. Remember the way we chopped up that schedule?
Yes.
You get those tough teams. You start playing the Notre Dames and the North Texas and the USFs and the Memphises. You better have a viable passing game because there's a chance you may get down. And when you get down, you better be able to catch up.
Navy was down last week, 14-0. They used the ground game to get back in it. It was early. But yeah, sometimes you'll be in positions like this. That Rice is in. They're down 2 scores late. You do need to throw the football. Jenkins getting the test through the air. And Navy's question is, really, maybe not even a question. Horvath has shown the ability to move it through the air.
With Jenkins, be careful with the ball. You like to throw to the outsides.
He's looking at the rush. Jenkins takes off, stops his feet, reaccelerates. He needed the 41. He's spotted at the 40, so a yard shy. It'll bring up 4th and 1. Rice takes the timeout after the Jenkins run.
Yeah, they're just trying to be the most efficient offense they can be. And when you're predominantly a running team, you know, you need Jenkins at 100% for starters, and he seems a little bit affected by that last hit. So timeout was a good time right now for Coach Abel. Get your quarterback, get his wits back about him, because you're going to have to press the ball down the field.
That's the incredible thing. You mentioned Jenkins. Well, read this note. My jaw dropped. It's the 17th starting quarterback for Rice since 2017.
Oh, there's a reason they've had so many coaches. They haven't been very good. And when you're not very good and you go through a lot of coaches, you usually generally go through a lot of quarterbacks too.
Yes. I mean, the Cleveland Browns are saying that's a lot of quarterbacks. They haven't had a quarterback since 2015 start every game.
Come on, be nice. 17 ain't that many to the Cleveland Browns.
Of course. 4th and 1.
Only 3 rush.
For Rice to stay alive. Start over the middle. Yes, sir. Completed. Well, Aaron Turner makes the catch in his home state.
Hurry up. Get on the ball. That last little timeout, you called 2 plays, so you got another play right here.
20 pass attempts for Rice, the most in a game this year. If that ball is spotted, ready for play, whistle, clock starts to move.
If you throw it to the outside, receivers got to get out of bounds.
Got to snap it. Every second counts here. And they weren't ready.
Move? Or did they kill the clock? Or did the clock run out?
And the clock moving there, if it's a procedure penalty on Rice, that yields a runoff. They do not have a timeout.
Full start. Offense number 76. Flag, give a penalty. First half. Let's play. Does require 10-second runoff. For the game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 49 seconds. It will start on my signal.
Nice job by our referee announcing right there to the crowd. Clock will go from 59 to 49 because of that runoff you were just talking about, so 10 seconds off.
That was just almost a disaster after picking up the 4th down conversion. Jenkins scrambles. Oh, he's hit hard by Pierce by the sideline, but he was still in bounds when the hit was delivered, much to the dismay of the sideline for Rice. He did get out of bounds, which stops the clock.
Oh yeah, well in bounds. Guess Coach Abel would like that to be a targeting against his quarterback. But it was not a launch, and it wasn't it was more of a shoulder than anything else.
Boy, is Abel irate. Of course, they can buzz from upstairs if they think that there are elements from targeting on that play, but no indication they're doing that. 2nd and 12. Jenkins to the sideline. Turner out of bounds. 36 seconds. Again, if you're Rice, you don't necessarily need a touchdown here. You could get a field goal. It'd be 8, onside kick, and try for the Hail Mary if you get it, and then get the 2-point conversion on the backside of it.
I know Coach Abel thinks otherwise, but I don't think that was targeting. That was a really aggressive good hit. But that was shoulder meeting midsection to chest on the sideline, inbounds.
See how much of this 11 they get. With 36 seconds. Jenkins has time, goes deep, the air over his head, but a penalty marker in.
Going to call a little holding. I think they're going to call a little defensive holding coming out of that break on that pattern.
Pass interference. Defense number 18. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
That difference in yardage matters.
See the little tugs on the jersey there? That's something you're back from the side from the official.
So this makes sense if you're Rice here. You can kick a field goal. You need 2 scores. It doesn't matter the order. Now, of course, 2 touchdowns is favorable, but you get the field goal here. Goda's out. Yeah, it becomes an 8-point game, and you get the onside kick. Then you try for the second score, which would be the touchdown.
Yeah, the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
So from 44 on first down, a field goal. Hits the upright and goes through. Wow! And then a penalty marker in after the kick.
From the top, did they line up off sides is the question. Because that thing did the old doink on the inside and cut back inside for the good field goal. Nice job by Jenkins, man. Managing his team, getting him through that drive and making the Navy existence just that much tougher right now. It was good, so if he lined up off sides, unless it's on the offense.
The result of the play is a successful field goal. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 60. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. That is number 60's first unsportsmanlike of the game.
Which is huge when you need to recover an onside kick and then go the length of the field to get a touchdown.
You're going to be
make
kicking
your job much harder.
Right now you're kicking from the 20. How about that? Yeah, here's 60 right here. Yep. Little punch to the business in the pile there. Normally when there's 3 or 4 guys, you don't see that, but when you're out in front of God and country and you're in the backfield after the kick, you're going to get caught for doing that.
Sean Sullivan, that's a couple of business plays. I like the way you put it there.
We've seen a few business plays.
Business plays.
Yeah.
All right, so the onside kick will be from the 20 instead of the 35, which means even if Rice recovers it, now you have to go 15 yards farther to get your score.
And there's 24 seconds left.
Yes.
You do have a timeout. No, you do not have a timeout. I'm wrong.
Navy calls their first charge timeout of the half.
Navy had 3, now they have 2.
Looked like the punter Bacchetta, or Bacchetta, excuse me, for Rice, is the guy who they want to do the onside kick.
You see the way that
Goda on.
You see the way the ball's on the tee, though, Chris.
The flat.
You know, I think having the punter in there, maybe he's more accurate, because what you would want to do here isn't so much dribble it off and hope it goes 10 yards. Your chances are probably better if they have quite a few guys up. You drill somebody with the ball. You try to hit them with the kickoff.
It's actually Chase Allen. So Chase Allen, who's the number 2 kicker out of Colleyville, Texas, he's the one who's going to deliver the onside kick.
Now look at your hands team. So you got Chapman, you got a lot of skill players up front. That doesn't mean you can't hit a ball quick. Hit it hard, and it hits them.
There you said it's a hard kick. Scoots past the initial line, but Navy is there to recover it. On top of it safely to secure Isaiah Bryant. And with 23 seconds left, Rice without any timeouts. That would secure a 4-0 Navy start.
Your hope, whether you were kicking from the 20 or you're kicking from the 35, was somehow, some way that kick hit somebody. That was your chance. And once Brian Newberry's guys weren't hit and did recover, that means victory formation, and this game is over.
So we mentioned how Horvath experienced in pickleball, and in the end, Navy dodgeball to get the win.
I see what you did there. You're back in PE class.
Yeah, we're all taking classes. Woodson delivers to kneel down. That wraps it up. Navy 4-0, back-to-back seasons for the first time since 1978, 1979. They passed the test from a game Rice team. 21-13 is your final. Navy wins, and Brennan's with Coach Newberry.
Coach, some last-minute drama there, but still coming out this one. You're 4-0 for the second straight year. Put into words what this means to you.
Yeah, it's great to get a win in another conference game. Obviously, not real pleased by how we did it. You know, winning feels good, but winning the right way and playing to your standard feels even better. And glad to get a win. Proud of these guys. We found a way. You know, we got in our own way a lot tonight. We got to fix that moving forward. But happy for our players, and good to get a win.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thanks.